Ale fonsaje de.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Muna dabo sanka baluo.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbe useni dabo julalema.
Ale fonsaje.
Juloka manla maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ni aja manla maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Suluo simmenele da.
Ale fonsaje.
Useni masata.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale amansandi.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Numukunda da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Mansole bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Aye Gambia bondi bata kono.
Ale fonsaje.
Maje modu bele se wota.
Ale fonsaje.
Alabe nyinkela
Ale fonsaje.
Manso be nyinkela
Ale fonsaje.
Usen bota nyani dobo.
Ale fonsaje.
Dobo gaye usen.
Ale fonsaje.
Anata kombo tumami.
Ale fonsaje.
Londo nata kulli.
Ale fonsaje.
Okaye lo adabo.
Ale fonsaje.
Ayado kuhoge Gambia
Ale fonsaje.
Gambia kaye Mandela.
Ale fonsaje.
Mayinduru kema.
Ale fonsaje.
Alafo salida bokema.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Jilansi sedima.
Ale fonsaje.
Ganja mane dimma.
Ale fonsaje.
Sali suare dimma dem.
Ale fonsaje.
Jari jalo dimma.
Ale fonsaje.
Jari fulo dimma.
Ale fonsaje.
Tida si sedima dem.
Ale fonsaje.
Munaninta tata mailitu.
Ale fonsaje.
Munante nimpumbole mude.
Ale fonsaje.
Juguna. Ale fonsaje de.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ale fonsaje.
Muna dabo sanka baluo.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbe useni dabo julalema.
Ale fonsaje.
Juloka manla maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Ni aja manla maje.
Ale fonsaje.
Suluo simmenele da.
Ale fonsaje.
Useni masata.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale amansandi.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Mbaro da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Numukunda da bodima.
Ale fonsaje.
Alale bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Mansole bate jola.
Ale fonsaje.
Aye Gambia bondi bata kono.
Ale fonsaje.
Maje modu bele se wota.
Ale fonsaje.
Alabe nyinkela
Ale fonsaje.
Manso be nyinkela
Ale fonsaje.
Usen bota nyani dobo.
Ale fonsaje.
Dobo gaye usen.
Ale fonsaje.
Anata kombo tumami.
Ale fonsaje.
Londo nata kulli.
Ale fonsaje.
Okaye lo adabo.
Ale fonsaje.
Ayado kuhoge Gambia
Ale fonsaje.
Gambia ka fo salida bokema alale bate joda jila sise dimma ganja mane dimma sali suware dimma dem jari jalo dimma jari fulo dimma tida sise dimma dem munaninta tata mailitu munantani mkumbole mude juguna ale fonsaje de ale fonsaje muna dabo sanka baluo mbe useni dabo julalema julo ka manla maje ni aja manla maje suluo simmenele da useni masata alale amansa andi mbaro da bodima mbaro da bodima enu mukunda da bodima.
Yo, assalamu alaikum baringolo albe kontona YouTube online bantaba la platform auto made the platform moment now be arbalongo the 5th of August 2026 kal bismillah after farmer dingokeda platform auto nata murran ko denke YouTube online bantaba la platform sabolto Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok with a very important interview with Gambia Ding Fula. Me along ko it will be golden era le. Bari being along ko political sanjano meme kekam banko kang. Yela la fortandi puru ini United Democratic Party se blue nyo bulu wo kontano wara bake wala tena momo yalonko ni election me yalonko nyati la tem il after kafola UDP ma can endorse the fero baker invitation kwandi pour ni na kacha in platform auto last week na pop official also janne so this week golden era minka the brother Saihou Saho and in sister Nenneh Cheyassin Secka be one level kalana down balbe welcome la platform auto so UDP ngolu I'll say screen or top we want to have a lot of viewership today I'll screen or top I'll repost I'll share I've also shared it with Saihou and Nenneh so it will be followers all terol kanyum te kewo be invite la. So alama nga dom programme ko bismillahir rahmanir rahim nga fonda ko alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. So it's a 1 hour interview. 1 hour interview, ni will you agree? Then after the lines will yell a couple of questions, not only in Garo because Malafika Lunta will make the jambage. Then after we can go into other issues, political wise. I was on holiday, took a break. Sometimes it's necessary to take a bit of rest. But I was following the discussions online. Very interesting developments in the Gambia. Very interesting in our political landscape, dynamics. I'll be following them every minute. So, I don't know whether this is Nenneh. I think this is Nenneh. I think so. Is it? Let's see. Hello. Let's see. Hello, you say who? Okay. Okay, this is not Saihou. I think this is probably can be an intruder. Okay, new Nalan see UDP online bantaba TAC platform bi aral bla drum fund so very August. Tay nak programme bi dañu am waxtaan bu gata ak Saihou Saho Nenneh Cheyassin Secka of Golden Era. Ñom tamit sawar nañ si politique Gambia bu nañ sen Gambia dem si kanam. Waaye am na fan yu passé gis nañ ne ñoom ñu ngi bëgg a ànd ak United Democratic Party under the leadership of Alhaji Ousainou Darboe for the forthcoming election ñu endorse United Democratic Party. So any group boo xam ne ñëw nga pour liggéey ak United Democratic Party dina la invite plateforme bi ñu am waxtaan because ñu mun a ànda suñu jubluwaay nekk benn suñu gis-gis nekk benn. So my interview bi nag dañ ko schedule just 1 hour, and I want to thank Uncle Larry Cisse and Dr. Mani for facilitating this interview on my behalf. For that, this gentleman and a lady can come here ñu am waxtaan ak ñoom si affaire Gambia waxtaan bi nag dinañ dugg si Golden Era ñu wax ñu ñoom lan mooy seen jubluwaay dinañ dugg si fànn seen endorsement of United Democratic Party. But dinañ dugg si current affairs, the current political situation of Gambia. So these are the topics that the interview will cover. And I want to set the ground rules that anybody could join sa laajte yi si ñetti fànn yi war a cover. ñoom seen parti bi seen group bi because they are not registered, they are not a registered political party. waaye ñoom su ñëwee fii dinañ leeral loolu. Ñu dugg si affaire yi seen agreement ak UDP. Then you do see heavy Gambia, the current state as we gear towards the forthcoming elections. So mbal reminder ko denga jani luntangol kana because what was it for join. So we not on through TikTok today, it is not through Facebook because ibe ko be on TikTok, they will join through TikToks, which is good for those people on TikTok. So maybe Facebook and YouTube, I'll be diamul mail, we are connected to you, so you're not gonna miss anything. Bari jani gal minare katani ko party leader na la delegation ila na UK rero sida tomo next month long inshallah and being a kibar dimaso UK chapter diaspora mashallah the delegation to the UK ila visa li besotole party leader la delegation yela visa leader, which is fantastic news. So yela visa also the Zainab Ghani and party leader la aid. So we're legend nala and party leader. So which is good for us and fantastic news. And so everything's been processed. So they've got their visas. Okay. So which is fantastic news. But as we build for the we want to encourage people to buy Asobi and the 30 by 30 for them Jamabe interest which is also great for us, great for the party. So things are going in the right direction for United Democratic Party. So Madinga Jibe for Na London will request Kilebang. Nenneh is here. And Saihou is here. But Nenneh is here. Saihou is here. Okay. Okay. I've got my two important guests in the house. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Ajaratu Nenneh. Nanga def. Jox naa la title Ajaratu. Léegi tey. Mr. Saho.
Assalamualaikum tuh,
Mi yandalon ko dona de.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, malam fu mo leka device la moy jebang next to it baka nka école moy.
Okay, malam fontele ma I don't know.
Iba la moy ko me another device.
No, just this device.
Okay.
But let me check this out.
Let me change my settings so that I can put you guys on the big screen. If you are talking, sorry. I think Ahmed is okay now. See, oh, hold on. Let me see. Okay. Okay, but I mute them for the echo Tom, but let's get mute. Okay. Nene, yo munga wa masenda. Oh no, Nene, you're la mute. All right. I'm a mute. Say who that's side am la. Maladiga clearly. Okay, I think it's okay now. Tom, I think it's okay. Great. Okay. Mbadingolo Lundam Kumafla Lesotho from Golden Era. Mbabala leko mina interview like 1 hour interview. Should be more than that. Just to talk about Golden Era as a party, Golden Era as an entity rather, and also talk about their endorsement of United Democratic Party or the leadership of Alhaji Ousainou Darboe, and also current issues politically as we get towards this very important presidential elections on December 5th, 2026, with Adama Barrow and his alliance, and who knows, we may have a three-horse race the way things are panning out. We don't know which direction we're going. The coalition talks are on. But we'll have insight from our two very important guests. And at some point after the interview, I'll open the lines for you to have, for the audience to ask a few questions. But all the questions should center on these three areas. I'm not trying to censor you, but these are the topics that we'll cover today. So I want to set the tone so that when you call in, you can ask questions within these topics. Don't go outside that place. And I want you to all respectfully abide by that if you can. Okay, so without much ado, interview with Nengo def si source ak Olof because Nenneh mom foog na Nenneh dégut source ndax dina try wow, dinañ ko def si Olof ak source. So Saihou will be speaking in Mandinka and Nenneh will be speaking in Wolof. So mbadingolu mina men kala follow ka fo jabe dañ dey wax ladies first. So ma commencé ak yow Nenneh, yow nga introduce sa boppa si audience UDP online bantaba nga wax ñu yow yaay kan xam naa ne ñu bari xam nañ la your popular house name in the Gambia, household name in the Gambia and outside the Gambia, but for the purpose of this program mën nga ñu wax yow yaay kan ak your role in Golden Era.
My name is Nenneh Cheyassin Secka. I am the daughter of Pap Cheyassin Secka and the wife of Basil Kebe. I am married and I'm a mother of 3 children, and I am the vice president of the GEP movement.
Okay. GEP movement. Thank you very much, Nenneh. Why yang duga si angale bi dama fodé da nga wasi Olof.
Why xam nga ne minu mako.
Minu lo di la ka Olof tamit.
They Olof 5 years ago la janga Olof bi. I am not as comfortable or I'm not as secure.
Okay. Anyway, we will manage. We will juggle up between Wolof and English. No worries. So Tom, inimbara if orang is a form for Molier, jangan betul nak kacau kono.
telling you the golden era. Actually, this time last year. So my Sunday killing, actually this month is our anniversary.
Wow.
Golden era anniversary. So the from Bora Sukuta no more originally from Malibu. I say Sukuta in the 70s. So Safa Sukuta no more. But you know now the Guru so the front and the political because of Naja Bankala Halo Benyame, changes in the killer, footing kill for the golden era.
Tom Malum ila fengo ba audible bakere Malum.
Okay, I don't know. So what do I use? Let me use my. But the problem is
No, it's better now. Okay, it's better now. It's better now. You're good now.
Better?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Okay, good to see you, Nene. My name is Saihou Saho Nenneh. I introduce my papa. I'm the anchor of this main anchor of UDP Online Bantaba. I have 3 roles in the United Democratic Party. I'm the chairman of UDP UK chapter, the current chairman. I'm also the head of the diaspora media and communications. So I'm wearing all these portfolios, but it's too much of action. But I'm just trying. But just for the purpose of those who don't know. So Nene, now we go into the program and integrate you. We know that you are part of this very important movement called Golden Era. Man dina laajte si Olof, yow mën nga tontu si Anglais. Lan moo la dugal si affaire politics? Obviously, xam naa ne you live outside the country. Yeah. Lan moo la motivate ba nga dugal si politique Gambia?
Politics was never my intention. Man musuma halat na sax dina dugal si politics because based on my personal life and my personal experience. Politic motorhome, my papa them prison 11 years Gambia. Politic motorhome, Dekuma Gambia. I did not grow up in Gambia because of that. So someone wanted to know Gambia, fall in love with Gambia, Deka Gambia, Velugasi politics, it did not start from me wanting to be political. Dega is from my philanthropic work. We must start before that. My gis meta BC Dekadi, my gis chono BC Dekadi. And I already had a platform through TikTok.
Okay.
So one day it just dawned on me that I should use my platform for good. If I join politics, it will give me a larger platform to create a level of awareness, to talk about issues that people did not know about and people were not talking about. Man, I will be your vice president because I respected him. We have the same ideas. He has a work ethic. He's proven to be credible. So Lola Golden Era started.
Oh, okay, quite interesting. But yo, Musolo Bugasi politics, and all of a sudden, that I think it normally that is a common denominator among a lot of people. Manjuma Bopa, I was never into politics, and all of a sudden, you know, what you say, the way things are happening in Gambia during the dictatorship. You know, I can't be a bystander. You know, exactly. So because it's not about what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. You know, so Lolo Mom is good, and always it has to start from somewhere. You know, ñepp mënu ñoo start on door. ñepp mënu ñoo nekk ba Ousainou Darboe. ñoom ñoo xam ne dañu start depuis 1996 ak Uncle Halifa Sallah. You know, they are the veteran politicians, but it's good that at least yow tamit door nga. So bala ma dem si Saihou rek dama la bëgg a laaj. The name is quite eye-catching, Golden Era. You know, fascinating name. All right. Why the name Golden Era?
Saihou and I, first of all, felt like Gambia needs to be brought into the 21st century. We need to be brought into a different era. Therefore, Jabari, we cannot take credit for Golden Era Party and the name. Jabari Saihou Mariam Saho Nenneh.
Ah, wow.
She thought it would be very catching.
Yeah.
She thought it would resonate with people, it
Yeah.
would resonate with the youth, and she was right.
Wow. So Jabara Mimora Mom says the brain behind the name. Yeah?
Yes, there's a very smart brain behind it.
Wow. You know, behind every success of man, there's always a strong. Wow. Wow, that's just proof. Oh, Tom, saying nga moyle nene dunta politiko kono nyame. ite nata politiko kuno nyade.
Just come in the story kera ya the same thing. Yala ndefana been in US there. So kabira karamba did my bachelor's and masters. Kabira parted off on business in America. Before that, I worked in corporate America. But in Nigeria, in Africa, when you have Tonya Karanda, Mumurus Wokan, because you come here is what don't ask what your country can, but what you can do for your country. So now you come here, I think it's important. At least I have some expertise now. I worked in corporate America, I found some business. So I had a business consulting company. You know, at least come back on that investment. Okay, instead of better online, I can make it you know. But what have we done to fix it? So in different understanding, I've been here for 5.5 years now. So I bring out for a month. Investment of the you know, I have some employees, you know, for the past 5 years, full-time young people on a payroll. Investment contribution, you know, create jobs, create opportunities for Gambians. So, but my focus was more on the business side.
Okay.
What investment opportunities? What investments can scale in the Gambia? Because if you look at Gambian businesses, they start at the you know, we don't look at these Nigerian businesses, the banks, they scale.
Yeah.
You know, they have First Bank of Nigeria in Hong Kong, in UK, in Gambia here. You know, how many Nigerian banks operate that? But it's a big Gambian business, you know, maybe, you know, with the exceptions of like Africa, but it's a global you rarely see that. So that's why, you know, people like that I'm proud of, you know, because Canada, you know, obviously they know this Gambia. So I also Miranya Sifa for the broken, what can we do to also put Gambia in the limelight? So honestly, 12, even 13 months ago, politics was not on my agenda.
Yeah. You are more of a doer than a talker, yeah?
Politics actually affects whether we're businessmen, whether we're just founders, you know, because maybe I'm good, but you know, my family can be impacted. Senior, you know, because we are
okay.
So I'm like, well, you know, if the country keeps sinking, what I've been told will affect that. So in Fundinkel, you know, we just sit on the side and you know, at least I always improve on it. You see the youth are demonstrating.
Yeah.
So I just we should also be part of the decision making, the policy making. You know, we need to have more youth in the legislative that are passing these laws. You know, at least in the most of the youth and you know, we have people that are, you know, so that's the whole, you know, so I started thinking differently because Gambia, I'm like, wow, there's so many challenges. Even setting up, you know, put an investment for it's too risky for the country.
Yeah.
You have to have so many risks. You know, and it's not the way forward. You know. Personally, I had a lot of friends here in Africa investment in Bangkok. But I told them, hey, I'm investing here. It doesn't mean Gambia is ready. It's ready for prime.
Yeah.
There's issues, have energy issues, work ethic. You know, the government doesn't provide that support. I'm like, hey, Gambia is not ready for prime investment. It will take at least a few more years. So what I done now, you know, so Nenneh for the you know, Miranya Financial is a well-established business person in America. So Akanami Road is one of my flagship investments. We launched the company about 2-3 years ago. So now like a service game. So through that, Nenneh long Charlie, we talk about different issues. And then politics became part of that issues. So what can we do? You know, maybe we start a movement. For now, we talk about these issues, we create awareness, the website of it. So it was just random, you know, it was super random because we don't have political background, especially me, I don't. But Nenneh already had a platform prior. So, and then it was on board, you know, we mapped out our responsibilities, and, you know, we just executed. You know, the whole thing took like less than 2 weeks.
Wow. That was quite quick.
Less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was quick. But again, that, you know, that shows like, you know, we execute. You know, for me, personally, you know, but we execute with intelligence, obviously. we look at the risk because we all have businesses back. So I'm more of a do on the talk. So so golden era was just out of frustration. It's not like I intend anyone no longer from America because it's just random.
But Nenneh kuma killing for ako she said to you, Saihou, if you want to lead, I'll be behind you. So in your maybe Nenneh should answer this question maybe. What is about Saihou? What is there? Loham the flow attract or the flow just incentive. Once Saihou is there, then I'll be behind her. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Saihou is very understated.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't like to talk about himself, but he's smart as a whip. He graduated with 5 distinctions and a grade 1.
Wow.
Left Gambia with full scholarship to go to America. Was able to put himself through school, got his master's, joined the military, sent all of his immediate family members to America, raised an entire family because the father died at 19. He showed me leadership. He showed me a steady hand. He showed me someone who's religious, who's married. He showed me that he was a quality person. I admired the life that he exemplified. And I felt like that's the kind of leader that Gambia needed. We need someone that does not need to live off the resources of Gambia. We need someone that has a proven track record. We need someone who's a self-made millionaire. He's very quiet. He doesn't like people talking about him. But the things Saihou did with his life in 13, 14 years of living in America, it took me 30 years to do in America.
Wow.
So, and I felt like Gambia needs a representation. He's a 37-year-old man, 38-year-old man who's been able to accomplish things that people half his age have not been able to do. So for me, I felt like Gambia needed a new face. Gambia needed someone that they could respect. Someone that leads by example. And he ticked every box.
Wow.
So that's why I support Saihou. And I will always support Saihou and his campaign. Always. Because he has integrity. I know he does him coming to Gambia. He's the only person I know in Gambia that has invested over $2 million of his own money.
Wow.
And doesn't expect anything back. So the example of who he showed me he was is who I would like to be. So I am thinking he's Gambian's gift. He's from our soil. And this is what we want for Gambia. Then you got more you get a ham. Then you got your contract to Gambia, mu understand more. Munna yo represent Gambia. Munna ko yo bufuneka. You contact neki syndrome la. He's of our soil. And I feel like the politics we have now and those representing our politics don't have that. They're not credible. They're not trustworthy. They're not capable. They're incompetent. So I fell in love with all of that. That's why I was able to say to him, if you run, I will stand behind you. We'll go through this thick and thin and we will work on building a better Gambia.
Wow.
So,
that's quite impressive. I think that's going to give Saihou some goosebumps, isn't it?
So he knows how I feel about it. If you go back and check, I'm not just saying that. If you go back and look at his history, look at the way he's lived his life, he's a person of integrity. But
you are not mawalisi sose rek xamna yo deglo sose man ni ngol gamna fe man tara falikulu tentu kang maybe Saihou will translate that later, but the nga wax lu nga gis ci mom, okay? You are just not just just because mum fi yang wax lu nga xam sa digant ak yalla lu nga xam te baxna nak nit. We should celebrate our people when they are there, when we can see them, not wait yalla tere may God forbid yalla mu ye when they are gone. So I think this happens to our country a lot. We have a lot of legends, we have a lot of people that need to be celebrated. We don't recognize them until may God forbid if something happens. So but I think it's very good and I'm really impressed. And the word integrity. I think that is the missing gap in our current leadership. Okay, and some of the politicians, not all, some of the politicians, integrity is a big question mark. The Lulu, I'm gonna underline that word, and this is why man tamit maa ngi si gannaaw Alhaji Ousainou Darboe ak teamam bi, because gis naa integrity in them. They have stood past the test of time for over 30 years. Say mënoon nañoo dem ba Ousainou tey su bugg a nekk vice president Gambia mu ngi fa ba léegi all what moo def rek dogo si baro, toppalu baro bugga rek. But I'm just trying to connect, just trying to put this correlation digante Saihou ak living. And I think lii dafa baax pour nga gis golden era, a very eye-catching name, the aligned at United Democratic Party. I think. Wow.
There are 24 other registered parties in Gambia.
Yeah.
I don't want people to look at it like you then joke like you join UDP.
Wow.
We have been talking to UDP on and off. We built a relationship since October of last year.
Yeah.
Lawyer Darboe, yes, him and I have a personal relationship.
Yeah.
But it is not about our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's about having a leader that is competent, that is capable, that is able, that has a 30-year history in politics, and there's not one thing you can say he has done to the Gambian people.
Yeah, yeah.
But when Saihou and I really, really got into politics, there's a lot of information we have that the average Gambian doesn't have.
True.
80 to 90% of the politicians being an amphi, they are not credible.
Really?
They are not running politics because they care about Gambia.
Wow.
Kunyo siyo munela man, dama buga neka president, sumaneko president, umanangu kenen yo. Kuku sadigante yala, yo danga fog na yo la buga, dah boko pam lagis. Boko pam lagis. You fineka yet. They are saying if it's not me, it's no one else.
Yeah.
It's because of their own self-interest.
Yeah, yeah.
So when Saihou came to me 3-4 months ago and said, Nenneh, PPP cannot win without the support of UDP.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I know we have been talking to UDP for a while, on and off, but I think we should take it much further. We should take it seriously. We should go to Lawyer Darboe, give him his flowers, and give him no conditions.
Wow.
Because this is about Gambia. This is about putting Gambia first. So ñun biñ dem to UDP ak Lawyer Darboe joxuñ ko ben condition. Dañ ko wax ne yéen are the largest opposition party. Ñun dañ bëgg ñëw ñu bokka something great. So that history, when we look behind, they can say Nenneh ak Saihou dañ ñëwoon fii de dañ bëggoon a defoon GEP Golden Era Party. Waaye si diggante loolu xam nañ ne duñ mun a win. Why? Online party UDP is the most credible. Let's align ourselves. Let's knock on doors. Let's create awareness. Let's talk about the issues. Let's support the strongest party and build a better Gambia for all.
Yeah.
Who defo glolu? Fala with Gambia, bopam la pa.
Thank you, Nenneh. I'm not letting dugg si affaire sen endorsement of UDP si kanam tuuti, but still I want to stay a little bit more on Golden Era itself as a movement. Saihou, I told party philosophy like like UDP, we have our manifesto, and it's more of socialistic party, central, our doctrine, United Democratic Party. So, but I told you Golden Era, Nico Golden Era, I'll be lori munekang. Muna agenda ti, maybe it's an agenda do for your Golden Era fund as a movement. Even mute but you need to unmute yourself. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
We have our golden and Tolkafa golden agenda. And that golden agenda is not something coming to the office of
Okay.
Spent millions of dollars. So the purpose of the survey is well, authentic and understand it, but I'll go for a minute. You know, so Nintol Fananada had to look for those issues. So Nintol Fananada and survey across the whole of Gambia, North CRR, URR, the whole of Gambia. So in Nkali. So from that survey, I'm going an agenda for development. And most of the issues Gambia will be complex and well opportunity, but having been lack of opportunity, and you know, and some of these are occurring under agriculture, healthcare, energy, youth and women empowerment. And these are all of our agenda. Global branding and positioning,
Education,
economy, education. So we're not going an agenda for development from, you know, through that survey. So that shows where we wanted to understand what are the core issues of Gambia. So through that survey and avoiding that agenda plan. And if you look at our manifestos, and the manifesto from the Lahilo Mindawa Gambia, pro-quality funding is the best way to do it is you know,
okay, Tom, na audience all be dani rogele ko for noise like a siaba malo. Malo.
I think it's never enough.
Ila funo no memen ila funo ning abe dala ye volume ite volume ke la zero bang ni funo be dala fo ibe funo le use kam
Yeah, me funo le use yeah.
Okay, let's see how that goes now. Okay.
What is how is the audio now?
Okay, let the audience decide. Are you guys, is it better now? You can put in the comment section.
Otherwise, I can put on my my mic.
Okay, let me. Iko is still. Doko is okay. Doko still the noise is there. Doko noise. They are saying different things. Some are saying the noise is still there.
Okay, how does it sound?
Is it? I think that's better now. Oh, it's just that I can hear the echo now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear the echo. Okay, and then I'm okay with it. It's just the audience are just putting in the comment section. Or Ego is still not okay. I think the other one probably could be better. The one is just okay. Let's just manage with what we have, audience. Or let's manage with what we have. Okay. And
so now, I don't know where to start from. So when I go to that agenda, I did two services.
Yeah.
Not to Gambians, and also, you know, we come from business background.
Okay.
And if you look at my background in business, it's all about creating solutions, tangible solutions. So now agriculture, like for instance, Gambia, we are investing so much in agriculture, but hadn't be the manual import kind of like never before. So that means there's a systemic failure somewhere. So someone sense me, you invest hundreds of millions of dollars into agriculture, and be at all the manual import.
Yeah, among sense me.
So that means we need to go back to the value chain. That's where the issue is. Because neither matter you empower farmers, you give them all these equipment, and then there's no way to measure tangible results, then something is wrong somewhere. So if you look at our agenda, we focus on the core issues, how to ensure sustainability, agriculture, how can we improve it, So I think our core issue in Gambia is the ministries, they fail to implement objective and key results. Like for instance, as a businessman, if I invest in a business, in 5 years, I need to have a return on that investment. So Gambia is the same thing, Inyadaka Banco run like a corporation, for instance. So any country me along with they invest in 100, 200, 300 million over the past 5 years in agriculture. So, so the objective is how can we self-sustain ourselves? The sustainability, So these are the things that I like in Gambia, and we need to have guardrails to make sure all this investment, the Gambians can benefit from it. So the problem is with the execution, how we implement these programs. So these are all the issues that me identified there. I don't want to go too deep into some of this. I'm just trying to provide a surface level explanation. But near the manifesto, to identify the root causes, and then how to solve those root cause problems to ensure, hey, if we invest in 300 million in agriculture, at least the next 5 years, we should be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Import protect. And if we have more suppliers, we enable our youth to get into agriculture, because now you have more people, it's all about, supply and demand.
Yeah.
You have more supplies,
Yeah.
right? And, if you have more supplies, the price will go down.
Price will definitely go down.
So we need to, so exactly. So there's economic, there's some economic benefits to, allowing competition, and then also creating mechanisms like for instance, with agriculture, you need to have guaranteed minimum pricing.
Yes.
Like, for instance, mano, all this stuff. So if I'm a farmer, and Masakunda Kote, like for instance, corn or granite, for instance, I will guarantee $2,000 seed per bag. I do my math and I go, hey, this is profitable for me. I'm going to minimize my losses. I'll be incentivized, to get into farming.
Yeah.
I will employ more people. So these are all this stuff, so there's a lot of issues. It's not just agriculture, in terms of energy, technology. We talk about industrialization, but Gambia cannot industrialize. I'm sorry, that's the truth. Because my energy is low. We don't have sufficient. If you look at Gambia right now, we don't have industries here. There's no textile industry.
No.
There's no agro processing industry. And you need energy for
there's no value added institution, industry.
Exactly. It's one factory here, another small factory there. That's.
We are more of an importing nation.
Exactly. So
that's why our balance of payments is in deficit is so big.
Exactly. So we need a paradigm shift, and that paradigm shift is how are we going to create more export-oriented, industries. So because we're going to be exporting more, importing less. So there's a lot of issues, from economy, education, job creation. So the issues is a lot. And Gambia right now, you have so much work to do in
tell me about it
simultaneously, because we need to fix our energy to attract industries to come. Now funding kill for now, they don't have the skills to be able to compete for certain jobs. So there's a lot of gap we need to fill, especially because you cannot create mass jobs without industrialization. And right now, our people don't have the skill sets, we don't have the energy, so there's a lot that we need to work on. Wow. So I will stop there so that way we can cover other areas within an hour. But those are some of the issues.
No, I think
if you look at our agenda, we talked about the roads. We know we identify the issues, and then we identify the root cause and how to solve those issues.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sewa Baraka. I can see a lot of similarity with the UDP 5-point agenda, cross-cutting issues, issue of, if you look at our economic policy, you talk about industrialization, we are more of there is very little import substitution in Gambia right now. It's most of we are just importing. We don't have, like look at Senegal. Senegal, they, I think at a point is ban importation of poultry into Senegal. Whereas Gambia, we virtually import all our poultry products to supply the hotels, and so often we can do that. So we have a long way to go. A long way to go.
Just to speak about poultry, there's this Gambian artist, I forgot his name. I think like Bajana farms, I poultry yesterday. Can you imagine in the whole of Gambia farm, we don't have chicken feet?
Wow.
Chicken house in Senegal, and then it's very expensive. So with the logistics and transportation, 70% goes just on the chicken feeds of their margin. Wow. So the other 30% are informal manage to keep the business afloat.
They must be struggling.
They're struggling. Yeah. So at the end of the day, fundamentally, I'm also to work. But what is the benefit of working in Muka Fence?
Yeah.
So the drive is not there. You cannot blame the youth.
Okay. But yeah, Tom, it is a mute now. Thank you so much, audience of Beautiful Line Bantaba. I'll interview Mr. Saihou Saho Nenneh Cheyassin Kebe. I always call you Nenneh Cheyassin Secka for whatever reason. So
that's my name. That's my father's name.
That's your father's name, but your matrimonial name is Nenneh Cheyassin Kebe. So we start calling you that. So thank you so much. Now, golden era movement Saihou la agenda for la manifesto and any UDP tam on jam for nyola miranya killing olom. So sign the remaining part of the interview mbita daming wolom ila endorsement of United Democratic Party which is critical because as we get towards this very important presidential election mool ko baro dafa wara dem nene baro dafa wara dem waaye baro mu ne du buguta dem mu ne dafa bëgg a toog mu ne mu ngi liggéey réew mi he's doing an amazing job te yéen lan mooy tax ngeen I know you said this and in fact it brought a lot of debate on social media bes bu ngeen demoon si party si benn mu ngeen def that quite emotional speech about party leader you came under scrutiny on social media. There was pushback on a lot of people. Why was that? Why should that be the reason why you should endorse UDP? It's more personal, Nene. Your support is personal. It was not issue related, and we want to focus on leaders who are issue related. Why not? Or what party leader has done for your late dad before? So you must have had this feedback, So munga duga si lolu tuti ba bare ñu duga si endorsement.
Bring it down for
Mhm.
Your city can tell there are 24 parties. Si parties know you, better party bifaneka UDP la. Half of the politicians that are in those parties are corrupt. Man, I'm not lawyer Dabo. I know him on a personal level. And I also have gotten to know him on a professional level. The angle that I was looking at it from, if Lawyer Dabo is able to support me and not expecting anything back, what will he do for Gambia? Okay. And if you are in my position, you want to look for someone credible as a leader. You want to look for someone with integrity as a leader. Lawyer Dabo is the only man in 30 years that Gambia cannot come back and say, Lila New Def, Lila Def Reu, Lila Jil Sireu, Dafa Janga, Dafa Mundigayam, Stogla Uhalisiken, Muna Topato Popam. How many leaders right now are running for politics that you can say that about? How many politicians have run for politics that have not enriched themselves from the back of Gambian people? So I don't only support UDP because of my personal relationship. I support UDP because they are the most competent, the most organized, and the most able party.
Yeah.
Man, Munuga understand. Gambians, Roland Buga. President Barrow talked now for 10 years. I'm Daralum Defi. 10 years gena song. So compare 10 years ago, Bifi Jamene but 10 years Bi Barrow Lige. Metai, Legilenko Genaham. The roads that President Barrow is bragging about that he built. When it rains, Gambia's economy stops.
Yeah.
Nobody can go to work. No taxi driver can come. Munulo jail boss. Munulo jail dara. Mamsuma Lige kati. Sutawe. Then made uni send video. Send kid. And we have spent $100 million in 90 kilometers of road that have no value to the Gambian people.
Yeah.
So you know Bugat. The worst schools are in Gambia. The last 5 years, we've had the worst GCE results.
Yeah.
Teachers are earning less than $5,000 a month. The bus, people cannot afford to pay school fees for their children. The women cafes that Sheku and I support every school year, soon pay school fees, gender books, gender uniform, send business in your down. You know them at support them.
Yeah.
Gambians, they want to full of fighter. They want to buy a key, sorcerer, key olofla, key gewella, key Muslim la, key Christian la. They want to flow pour you divide us so we don't focus on the actual problems. So fake na barunga buga. Bahna. Wa so ame full of fighter. You want a better future for yourself and your children. There is no way you will vote for this current party. Feeling talk, Barrow, Mrs. Barrow, the pass is $150,000 every day. $53 million a year.
Yeah.
Barrow feeling like last year, $1.5 million billion last spent presidential officer. When Barrow travels, he travels with a private jet.
Yeah.
But when you take your children to school, they don't have running water. The teachers are not trained. They are not qualified. You don't have fans. It's 90 degrees in the classrooms. I mean, Manduba nehal ken su fekkene Barrow ngeen buga. Why su fekkene nga am fula ak fayda. You will try someone else.
Yeah.
And the reason why I stand by UDP is because Saihou and I have spent time with them. They're competent. They have plans. If we win the election today, tomorrow UDP can start working.
True.
They are not hiring people because they are related to people. You guys are sitting here, the people that they send to the United Nations, they cannot even read and write.
True.
But they are there in New York spending your hard-earned money. The enjoy said Boba, the use and Harris for their own personal use. Dara don't feel and talk. 30% of children that are born in Gambia that are born early die.
Wow.
The entire country of 3 million people, only 20 working incubators. But you have a president that is spending $1.2, $1.3, $1.5 billion in 1 year. I'm full of fighter. So why are you asking me that when you know me, the action of the sinning never? I will stand by UDP because UDP has learned from their mistakes.
Yeah.
Every 5 years they've improved.
Yeah.
There is no question Saihou and I asked that they did not have a competent answer, a competent leader already in place. You've given Barrow a chance for 10 years, definitely that. Lawyer Dabo is only asking for 5 years. So
5
you can
years.
see the difference.
One term.
One term, Lalen Lache. Don't lend my time. No one lend what Gambia deserves. But Gambians again book a new name. Tell man Hanna time to my job, the job Julie, the job Malo, the job get it. Lulen job leka ko. Parce que sen halis la Barrow use.
Yeah.
The campaign. So len do get fofu. Yensen digante agiala. Don't vote sen future, accent future don't. Lutang na nangu nyula na because they na job ben a sujer or they na job ben a pot, they na job ben a sakumalo. Malo bobu 2 weeks reka komuna leka. Don't adjust the next 5 years of your future for a bag of rice.
Yeah, that is quite interesting. But what would you say to your hamne nyune pabi the one old parlor daganga lulu yo as lan moy sa gis ci lolu
one name lulu by he's very competent. And Lawyer Dabo is not the kind of man or the kind of leader that makes the decisions by himself. Even when Saihou and I came to him, they knew Simon, you know, then buga wahtan. Dafa del wat sinyun mune, look for 3 competent people in your party. Man, then I in the 3 competent people from my party.
True.
You guys decide.
Wow.
Whatever you decide, man,
that's leadership, isn't it?
That's leadership. He's not physically going there holding with a rope.
Yeah.
He's using his
brain.
And he has surrounded people with their own ideas.
And he's a good listener. He's a good listener.
He's a fantastic listener.
Yeah.
Muyoka, Muyoka. Localized, he can explain and effectively tell you every decision that he has made. Man, Lolula this Simon. Yes, we had a personal relationship. But outside of that, I see a competent, credible, educated, learned, someone that loves Gambia, that wants a chance to lead. And I think it's time for us to give him that.
Thank you. Balamadam si Mr. Saho. In hindsight, was it a misstep on your part to give account of that emotional statement? Because like I said, people said no, this is not about that. It's a private, that's between Nene and Lawyer Dabo. In hindsight, or would you still stick to that? You would do it again if you had the opportunity. Yeah.
There was a time when we couldn't feed ourselves. My mother couldn't pay rent. She had to relocate to another country because she couldn't live here.
Yeah.
He represented my father for 11 years for free.
Yeah.
He supported my grandmother for 11 years.
Wow. Wow.
Man, acknowledge me. I stand on his shoulders, and there is nothing to be ashamed of. And if I could do it again, I would do it again.
Okay. One final question.
You know where you're going. You need to know where you're from.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from. That's not my story.
True. One final question on this issue. I've heard from the grapevines. Okay. Nene hamna li buyaga. Luta join with United Democratic Party from the word go.
Okay, and my question to you is, if Saihou and I had just come and gone straight to United Democratic Party, Saihou and I will not be sitting here. That's one. Don't you, ma'am? We had to prove ourselves. We had to build our own coalition. Our information had to resonate with people. We had to build credibility and trust. Through that, we were able to do that with Golden Era Party. That's why PPP was able to come and say, Nene ak Saihou, tahawalenyu. Nene defa new vice president ak president. Do you know?
No. In fact, I'm just trying to do my job to fire the questions. But man, I think there is nothing wrong proving them have your own entity. It's not a must that you have to join UDP. You have a right as a Gambian to say, no, we respect UDP, but we want to have our own. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So you don't want to Balamudem form a lot of joining UDP. I don't see the essence in that. I don't see the sense.
They're short-sighted. They don't see the whole picture.
Yeah.
Saihou and I had to build credibility. Gambians had to trust us. They had to know that we were in here for the right reasons. We are not coming in here for money. We're not coming here for cheap popularity. We're not coming in here for attention. We genuinely love Gambia and we believe we can contribute. That's why we started with Golden Era Party. But through all that time, I always had a relationship with Lawyer Dabo.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
Always. Damafaran dem, damafaran new, sumayai. Do musawaha sumayai. Lache uko. My mother is 84 years old.
Yeah.
She can tell you 20 stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why we also want to be our own people.
Exactly.
We want to earn our stripes. And I feel like because Saihou and I earn our stripes,
okay.
You have to earn things.
Okay, Mr. Saho Nenneh Cheyassin, even when I follow Molia Melkoko, okay, Saihou and Nene are very successful millionaires. They got the money. In fact, I saw a lot of people saying, oh, they want to buy UDP with their millions. Okay, so I've heard people saying that. so
it tries to be nice. The millions that you guys know we have, why should we be ashamed of it?
Yeah.
Those who live abroad, you know how hard we work. You know how hard it is. Why do you have to associate shame with money? This is the same money that you guys come behind our basket and ask us to give. You cannot have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
And if we were not credible people, nobody will take us seriously, whether we have money or not. Money has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Saihou, go ahead.
Yeah. Tom, quite an intriguing question, but let me after Nibe Jabilo, I'll be muted. It is a mute, no imperative. I'll be muted. Okay. Yeah. Quite a more than men folk and Wallam Yintiko. Saihou Nenneh Kurobe Bull very successful in Nata side at UDP. Two questions. Nene first will answer it. But Dolko, I'll be shortcut shortcut to be part of the government, because obviously UDP is the biggest political party in Gambia, is a strong party, the most structured, and today, with all the noise around this election, the race is between NPP and UDP. I have heard a lot of noise on social media. No, UDP, Fatale, anything. But even Adam Barrow, his most serious contender is Ba Usieno. That's why Adam Barrow keeps referencing only Ba Usieno in the ranks of the opposition. Nadiam, anytime he doesn't reference any political leader, only Ba Usieno. Mfama, even when Mama Kande went there, when he delivered his speech, he appealed to Ba Usieno, Mfama, and he even said something. Nimfama nata election otekela. We better use that money for something else. So, which I think he was a bit condescending to the other candidates, but Adam Barrow in a way saying, the rest I don't take it seriously. The only serious contender is Ba Usieno. That was the message he sent to them. So, molko ite Nenneh al natale pour shortcut to be part of the government. What would you say to that?
Sometimes for some of these comments, because people they find every reason for the attack,
Yeah.
Because I think I bring to another after PPP another issue. Oh, you PPP stand. What on the monk could be more like PPP and the whole day. Yeah, hey, these people are credible. You have background check. Yeah, hey, these people are actually credible. They love my story and then a story like. Well, like nice Santa Molma and Cabin to another people for So by the time we formed GEP, Manakara Kole Kele, Toda Jata, by the time the Tembo Minto say, well, all these parties and movement end up because I want to sit here. We less than 3-4 months to the election.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm Fanang was seeing Father and UDP approach. I just hey, what was it now? So Golden Era Party is new, it's a movement. And after we can find 15,000-20,000 people. We bring those people to UDP. Party don't find another Nila movement. So I mean easy pro in Bangkok. So no one is super. So I think it's not about shortcut, it's about putting the country first.
Yeah.
It's about Gambia first.
Yeah.
Right now, in the Nenneh we can quit and just, maybe tell
yeah.
I can go back to the US,
Mm-hmm.
Nenneh or Rasotol, Senegal, and all we can all go back to the US.
Yeah.
We have the means.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been the easiest shortcut because Nenneh, movement will start. We've been spending our own money, then more fundraising.
True.
We've never done any external fundraising.
Yeah.
Funds couldn't use.
I'll use come.
So if we wanted a shortcut, man, this is too expensive. Let's just quit.
Yeah.
But we are not quitters.
Yeah.
We have to fall in the road anymore. What at number you don't fall on the catapult cake and but it's like what was it that putting a coffee and taking into come there. Imagine how easy like putting a Gambia. So all these other side talks, hi, Africa shortcut, Africa UDP song,
Yeah.
Anybody with a common sense.
Well, y'all political only work canal.
Personally,
yeah.
I will never respond to someone.
No, I know. You don't have time for that to respond to
but
some.
some of those comments,
Yeah.
no couldn't tell the sign. So people are not going to listen to some of those statements.
No, you don't even have time to listen to such things.
Exactly.
It comes with a territory. Political Lawyer Dabo is the most criticized politician today. So you guys will be criticized. But one thing I'm learning from this interview, I told you are both successful. And now Dunda Mansakunda, for example, most likely you would not need anything from the state resources to embezzle, because I told you you're already successful even before you enter government. So I think compared to Adama Barrow, Nenneh Barrow your presidency just nine ko, we have to respect him, the office of the president, but Adama Bumnyo just nine from Melod Atay. So you guys don't need all that. So I think this is a great thing that but Loma Boga war bala interview with the UDP sent agreement that you didn't put any conditions to UDP, right? You just endorse UDP. So lan ngeen bëgg a dig waa UDP lan ngeen a contribute pour ñu make sure ne Ba Ousainou gagné na, because loolu mooy that is the most important issue, because ñun yëpp bëgguñ Barrow continue beyond January 2027. Definitely, it will be the most disastrous thing. Already, he has messed up our country. We are into debt of over 120 billion. Yeah, indebted, and we are distressed nation right now. So the economy be yahuna. There's hopelessness. We have virtually lost our sovereignty to Senegal. With recently just in Senegal is in so Gambia, and even we are not respected within the sub-region. Recently, this Adam Barrow has been president for 9 years, and he can still be chairman of ECOWAS. They don't have confidence in him. They don't have trust in him, even though guy engage of all sort of reasons. Well, because of X, Y, and Z, he cannot be. All that is just mumbo jumbo talk. But at the end of the day, Langen Muna contribute.
You have a president that reads on a 5th grade level.
Let us not go there, Nene, because Bobo better story la.
I am here on the one.
On the one, a condolences. How do you remember we don't pronounce condolences?
How do you expect Congolese? And you expect him to leave?
Chairman of ECOWAS. Why guy NPP nañ ma why Nene, we've also seen people joining Barrow's camp.
Because it's for their own political gain and their financial benefits. Teku joined Barrow last week. There are interviews where he said, anybody who joins Barrow is for their own political gain and financial benefit.
Moko mune ñaari façon nit ku xamut wala ak ko xamne interest motax mo join mom moko wax ci lamenyam. So man xama bon mom ci ban catégorie la nek nak mom ci ban catégorie la nek.
Sellout. He's a sellout.
But did you hear him say that when anybody invest in this election will be just wasting our resources because the election is already decided? He said that last week.
50 million at 5 moto. So man, he's not credible. They are very scared. Let me tell you, UDP is the only party that has built a software.
Yeah.
This software is going to monitor IEC. Everybody who votes, it will be in the clouds, and they have computers that will be checking each vote, each region, each person. That is a fact. They are running very scared.
Yeah.
They are running very scared. Let me tell you, the mistakes that UDP made 5 years ago when we ran in 2021, those mistakes are not going to happen again.
Yeah.
And Saihou and I are telling you that in confidence because we've been in the rooms, we've had the conversations, we've asked those questions.
Yeah.
We are ready for December 5th.
Inshallah.
And he knows that. Over 14,000 names were purged out of the electoral voter system. The only party that caught it was UDP.
Yeah.
We are on their necks. From last time, you hear what?
Yeah,
we will not take anything for granted. And Saihou and I plan to knock on every door, talk to every voter, give them facts, give them information. Come September, we don't plan to sleep until December 5th.
Wow, that's real. So
Gambia deserves that kind of dedication.
But,
and Gambians, you have leaders here who they've already questioned their credibility. If they cannot manage their finances, how do you think they're going to be able to manage us as a country?
Yeah, that's a legit question. Yeah.
Yes, those are the kinds of questions you should be asking. Don't ask me if this person is Fula, Sose, or Gere. We don't care about that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we're all Gambians. We want someone that is going to worry about our security, that's going to worry about the safety of our children, that cares about the education of our children, that cares about our safety, that wants to make sure we live a life of integrity, a life that we can be proud of. The same room that they were sleeping in when they were children, at the same room they are sleeping in with their wives and their children.
Wow.
Parce que l'Injao, 9% boka.
Wow.
Anybody who supports NPP is doing it because they benefit personally from it. It's not because they care about Gambia. So don't be distracted. They're going to come up with lots of distractions.
Yeah.
I don't have anything I lose or benefit from them. And those are the kinds of people Gambia needs to align themselves with. People who have a proven track record. People who have been able to build a life of respect and dignity.
Yeah.
Because that's what every Gambian deserves.
Wow. 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 Interesting. Nenneh, thank you. Mrs. Saho, love to engineering Galamnella. At all on a final question, and it's a Sarodi, and I just want to stick to my promise 1 hour. I shouldn't keep you guys here for the interview to go beyond 1 hour. So Nenneh, Saho, at all, Mrs. Saho, campaign you. Nere ya vole ko from September, sino tije CTJ, albe funtula mol kanne. So atol be ite be focus la minto ma fon le Gambia. For you have a specific region that you want to be campaigning, or it's just length and breadth of the Gambia?
No, winning is all about strategy.
You
have to be very strategic. You know, need Dr. Mane from Kachata and a few other people. I think we have to be very smart this time around. You know, Honeybee is someone that was talking about polling center.
Okay.
Kafeka find diamond of form, control Nyantaka and it should be published right there and then.
Exactly.
Because once it goes to constituent level, LGA, national totaling, you know, who knows what happened.
Tapaleaka Kawoleto.
Yeah, Tapaleaka Kawoleto. But I don't want to go into that nitty-gritty details. So, until oppositional Nyantaka Kamben Kabrin side, Nyantaka Kafunyomal Kabrin side, Mobila Lalo. Everybody should come in with a value proposition to this coalition. What can you do differently? Until DP, until Simone K, you know, because Manana Canadron, UDP influence in there, and no call it UDP broker. No. And when it comes to strategy, let's focus on battleground states. Let's focus on, you know, what is it called? Swing regions. Like for example, yeah, there are some regions me along called MPP, some you know, UDP. Let's focus on those areas.
Good.
And those battleground states me along is very critical. Mojama believe in Jele, and it could make or break the election. You know, so those are the areas, and then in Nenneh and GP as a party, focus down into the swing areas and then the battleground areas. We will convince Lanyame, Burkana, Patioka. So what now I've been saying, hey, we only have 4 months to the election. Let's come together now. MTJ. Little bit sit and go, oh, you know, time be there, we'll wait till November. I think after November, it's going to be too late.
Yeah.
You know, the impact, you know, it's not impact from Sorola. You know, because right now, MPP, they are well organized.
Yeah.
You know, if you more Minikan, you know, your mama candidate, and you don't follow this, there are other people sitting on the fence, they're going to approach them. So we need to go start like a Brinsan. And these are the incumbents. They have all the state resources, they have the finance, they have the pool.
Yeah.
But we'll be no caller. So until opposition will be criminal.
Ajahalo warda ndolbe nyo sabakan jumal be kala flabiarati.
Exactly. We should be working twice as hard, 3 times as hard. You know, we organize ourselves. Kabir saying, GP is doing this. You know, this other party is doing this. This other movement is doing this. Kabir saying we should put our house in order. But the incumbent is more organized, more structured than us, which is ridiculous. And Mukami understand when it comes to ideology, we want a corrupt-free government. You know, mismanaged, you know, we all want, you know, good education, good healthcare. So the ideology we align, but it's only about leadership.
Yeah.
So which doesn't make sense to me. So what I'm looking for, you know, these people, because if I agree with you on ideology, and hey, you have the people, we can win, we can change the country. So what is the big deal?
Yeah,
if I support you, we can win, and the ideology is all the same. We have similar agendas. So why wouldn't I support you?
Yeah, I would ask. Yeah,
it's the most logical thing to do.
Exactly.
Especially little Munyadon code, you know. So you should lead by example, because most of the Nyadon code, I listen to some of their campaign messages. Hanga Gambia leje bangukano wala na tolfo dunka police ko saying banko bisulari la you know pressing fata to show that leadership.
because we all know the biggest opposition party. So why create another third force when it's easier to just have, a two-race party?
We are not winnable. Because UDP is not winnable.
No, so that shows people have a different agenda, but it's okay. So this is my opinion. Party only movement near along we focus on those people who build the alliances. We don't think otherwise. Let them do their thing.
Yeah.
In December 5th, let's put in the work. I think more can door to door.
Find out. No, I more complete. Sorry, you were going to say something.
Yeah, no, I have the firm belief. If you put in the work, things that more can. I think I just roll for because you learn to Gambia.
Yeah, well said.
We just need to put in the work, but also kind of time ways. Some people are going to be on the fence. They have a different motives. But let's reach out to those people. We'll move on.
True.
So the sitting on the fence. It's okay. Yes, why don't talk back? So if you come and join, let's bring everybody. We want to be very inclusive.
Yeah.
Some of us, you have to look at, you have to be smart at this time. There are certain people, they're reporting to MPP, coalition of AK. They don't want a UDP-led coalition. They just want to prolong the delays. So by the November, we are all over the place. We don't have a clear strategy of winning. These are all tactics. So we should be smarter than that. Identify, entities, let's do our campaign.
So
last week, we joined Interact in UDP, rally. We reach out to the people, we extend our messages. So let's get other like-minded parties. Let's move.
Yeah. We have to be very strategic.
There's no time. August is already out. We only have
September, October, November. So Tom, I told you no coalition talk solo number falti.
Yalong coalition talks Seattle, Apex Benunjele, CMC BJL, Park BJL. So Ntolbenum Park is another coalition building platform. CMC, Ntolbenunjele as PPP, but Yalan signed. We are back as G. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. I want to ask a controversial question, and then you can do your closing, and then we just take maybe one or two questions from the audience, or maybe I don't want to keep you guys here, whatever necessary. Nenneh, when you guys had this agreement with UDP, you came under a lot of barrage of criticisms on social media. Why did PPP have to go and sign? That was then PPP, but then you two, your name was on the spotlight, but within few days, yesterday we saw another two parties forming alliance, and interestingly, the people who were critical of you guys are welcoming that. I don't know whether you guys see the double standards on Gambia's social media space. Okay, you condemn one entity for forming an alliance with PPP, for UDP. You went out and said they should not do this. But then 2 days ago, we saw this announcement of two parties, and that was celebrated. Seriously? What kind of country are we? Lucy, if we want to be a serious nation... No, but listen. Then you want to make a julit, you degu, hunger. There cannot be one rule for one and one rule for another. That shouldn't happen. If you criticize this one, you should also say, oh no, you guys should have, but you welcomed this and celebrated it, and this other one said, what would you say to that, Nenneh?
Man, see only dega. In due time, Gambians will know who are in it for the long haul, who are in it because they believe in a better Gambia.
Yeah. I'm
not going to worry about the tit for tat or try to prove what my motives are.
Yeah.
68% of Gambians want a coalition. That 68% is what Saihou and I saw, which is why we wanted a party-led coalition. The other thing that frustrates me is when you combine all the opposition parties that ran last election, Combined, they all had less than 170,000 votes.
True.
UDP by itself in 2021 had 238,000 votes.
Yes.
If you care about Gambia and you want to put Gambia first, and you are in it for the right reasons, what party will you join?
UDP, naturally.
Thank you.
Naturally. Common sense.
That's what makes sense.
Yeah.
It's common sense.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I'm even here trying to convince people why we chose UDP. We went with the most credible party that was the largest opposition, and it's UDP. So for me, I don't understand why Gambians are so easily led astray. The two people that created a coalition last couple of days ago, they both came from UDP.
Yes.
If UDP is such a horrible party, why are you benefiting from UDP? And then, when it's no longer convenient for you, they have them aside. But these same Gambians, you learn a proper. Because I don't know what you guys want.
Yeah.
Are you looking for credible leaders that will put Gambia first and do what's in the interest of Gambian? Or are you looking for leaders that are going to tell you what you want to hear? So the sufferness continues because if 68% are saying this is what we want, we owe Gambians that to create that.
Yeah.
And the reality is there are 8 other parties and 4 other movements that will join UDP this month. Did not happen. I know the negative propaganda is out there. They're saying we're not talking, it won't happen. It's going to happen. There are credible other parties that will come together.
Yes.
And we will start the work and we'll move on without them. And in due time, people are not stupid. They will be able to tell those that are in it for the right reasons. Why are we even worried about someone who had a 3% vote last election? They had 17,000 votes, and we're letting them decide if they should come to UDP.
No, man, worry you, man. I just wanted to point out the double standards on social media, and I think we should be consistent also. I think if we want a better Gambia.
And Cheko and I are used to that. Cheko and I are used to it.
Yeah.
We're used to it. We're just going to stay focused and stay on the truth. And eventually, those who are in it for the right reason will come on board.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I will take Saihou, thank you. This is really a breathtaking interview. Very, very, very interesting. I think we have. Oh, I've got somebody just joined. Let me mute him. I think really watch close to 700 people watching us right now on TikTok and 389 people watching on YouTube. So, this is really wide viewership, and thank you so much. I think I really enjoyed the conversation, and I love the energy that you guys have, the freshness that you guys are going to bring in UDP. We have full of talents in the party. Yes. Dr. Mane, Uncle Larry, fantastic people. Alhaji Sino Dabo has a very formidable team, both in the diaspora and in the Gambia. And I want to say thank you to you both, first of all, for accepting this interview to be here, Mr. Saho. It was done at a short notice. You could have deferred it. You could have said you guys are very busy. Let's push it to next week. But you graciously accepted the interview, and I'm really thrilled by that, and I just want to say thank you. So I know the UDP family, their mouths are itching. They want to say something, so they just came in. But iko kebaya loudla kebaya bijele me flow de la alaji keba sabali la first atolon jan kebati keba sabali bismillah.
Seunge kontong ngela luntam flow kontong nen yalon ko mankente aluntante. Alsi hekatu ngawoto fo meati na ngawo dalilo fo. Saihou Saho mimbe sirin ten dingolem amanche ko kafo kon dan ko doron dingolem. We are very close related.
Wow.
Nte bama me alon ko meye wulu anim muso men bota bakilim fakiling wo ka futu sehu mama kono tole ye sehu fango tola me men na me ya fawu nganna schooling part of schooling beke la suole kona mama bulu pase ku sawo wole nim fama wula fama nte mala petlete a fama munna brodalti wata be Europe nana ta nin tele kata so kona nim mo bukata ani akan tele bulo mutanna kata everywhere andung amama muso fanan na karola we are related ame wo fanan nin ko ba fala be jam falle mbama muso anin me nin fanan mama muso wulu fa abama afama la karola wo fanan nin bama mu sister sollet we are very close related andu sewu akulu tambulo le konon safo afama mu mo kende balet yenin nene menjeteng nene fama ngalonne hanni ngaje lorin temba folal ko pap Cheyassin Secka fele nene fanam partly abota jamburle mba kumban dur bojang atele si woto fono para fama a politician wole ma e patio lo mi ka fa NLP a fama kana jamburle no a fama patio le babulu is a politician ka fa ala patio NLP National Liberation Party so nte nene lonne andunga mba kumban dur bojal lonne nene alonne kamenna kumo foja. So we are all very close related. You know, ntengalonko jambur ni lota je woto muitality. Andu ni tata badibu mandori bang cinte kunda bang marong kunda bang jaba kunda bang sewu ala origin botawol to bar ñu musukutan ko leti bi. So ñu Gambia doya batale. Andu Gambia be ñamen sewu la ko manten amang tereng ngalo na bota mu family sifal nene na ko man tereng ngalo ni be bota family sifal mento because amancha ko ngalo ngodati tollela ngela parents sol fangolo nen kuluta wala bulo kono so jikaten tolla me alon ko atetar wala nyunu la because wo mo kilingol len tol be kulu so ñunu mu Gambia din ken dol leti andu imaje biri nata je ka kende adamal fo biri ñun yeñin datal ya moy bulata jumala kasida because han PPP me alon ko ha yeñin inene mam finti ka PPP ke nen ka kuma fo yemmo bele respect andu ye fango respect le aje ko même mu toñati bulata na wole noma so Gambian ko ñine mu best example te ñimmo sifal lem leader solte ni be leader sol tusla ñine mu moliti men yalon ko si démocratie sambano na banko kan andu sike moluti mo si jikino menula ke tambinde kama betolu dila because item mo jubela andu item kam fala mo kam item mo bayindila wala mu politikote barinte ñinin kar clean na soto mbene nin sewbe ñinin kala wala bawo party o organisation e ka stronghold soto le ni mo ñinin ka UDP ka vraiment la stronghold be jana le sabe kian jana itol fanan na stronghold movement tol te pour be damen kara fale la ko to mu la stronghold let ngalon ko de nte ba kontle ne ko alkana jambur da bondi je andon alkana kinte kunda da bondi je alkana sukuta da bondi je alkana atol fonga ya fodrom bari ngalon ne ko sewu afele nani last bona Gambia nani tan meeting wala sotolanu ayen ko mandino akonye ba ke ba leftale pour ni nata ni yesi yen so hakilo la pour mbe kala nyame bawo ya moyle ko kana ngapati lafta wole lola ngay ko ni be kacal ngay bare abe ko yalla ba ko ninte nata mbenna mol tarapol la andumbe bulala o tole kon ngay ni woto botala do sino hakilo blande pour si benno bar alamanna lañina la because mbe bisire bare kadiya mu telephone to sewu fele nene fele ngal konton ni Gambian ko malu lo yente ni ka jumalem neneti mba fono lenne ne ñinin ka fanan ko jumalem sehuti mba fono le
bare keba jani be jabe la tol jamburu ngolu
yes
ale recordo le ko bigo atole minister jalole soto say menka den kilo la first lady atole o recordo set Gambia jambur
yes bare yalon sa ko mun tanin tol fanan lafta programme wala ta jalo
abaraka keba okay Tom malam voy lafta kewa jabi la le follow bang jani kata
of course uncle Mike baraka bake kontom bake kuma afonya mendro na uncle na kanyo mwele o man ke busy no Finland, but not communicate all the time, and I'm from along. And I would love them, you know. So because I'm at the phone group, so you know, I'm glad at the phone, you know, I'm audience so so thank you so much, Uncle. I'm busy, but in program, you know, offering contact. Purukala Sempo Jadi, the last strong code, Yala Nenneh Bura Banjul, so I will say Banjul, the Bura Sukutala says Sukuta. So, you know, because I remember I bring a coon in that in follow Banjul, you know, Nenneh Bura Dam after, you know, Furata Banjul, Kol, you know, may Kontong, go somebody lato, Mol Mitle, Karabunda to door to door, you know, Karafodi. So Sukuta Fanan, the same thing, you know, the Falambora World on Apono Camp, also you know, new sporting events sort of Naweta and Fanakama Bailey, donation. So those are the two strongholds. And of course, you know, Badivo, Nafudula Fanafura Gold. So of course, you know, Napuvo for somebody, but saying Dokuado Sita, the Fonga Murunja, but the Murung in lab built, you know, more sensitized, but I thought, hey, what was it? So I'm pretty up to you know, I live, you know, I need a sort of them, agendas. You know, the Fananjikata Ponin after UDP, the Barok Bundi, you know. So this is I'll stop there for Nenneh Financial job.
Okay, Toma Baraka, Nenneh, you want to add a bit to that, please?
I did not hear what he said.
Okay. He spoke about, I think, your family ties to Jambur. I think he spoke about, was it your grandfather, your grandfather or your father? Yeah, he had a party, and then he had some connections with Jambur.
And then, my father had a party.
Yeah, your father. But he also asked one question. Where's your stronghold in the country? Like, Saihou's just answered that, you know, for you is Banjul, okay. for him is Sukuta. I think that was the question that he asked, you know.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So Melbe Jang, Mbal Daniela Kukulina Ladrong, na audience all I crave your indulgence, Nenneh and Saihou. I did say 1 hour, but now it's gone over. It's well over an hour, but we have the audience here. Just let me know where you guys want to draw the line. And if in the audience, or I say question on Shooty, and you know, so that I don't want to keep them longer than I did say 1 hour. You know, so
we'll stay until 9 because we have a 9:30, so we'll leave this and get on another call.
Okay.
I have a question if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah. My camera is on.
Yo, assalamu alaikum. Nemo be kontaan na Nenneh Saihou. Nenneh nuyu naa la. Saihou mbe kontaan na baake. Nga malo fay ginata na maile may camera efo samate bama. Mbal be kontaan na Lamin be kontaan na El Gago Saihou. Uncle Kewa and then some sanis bala momo bijandal mbe mo be kontaan na men be la nuyu rola. Nenneh man suma laajte bi mooy yow an Saihou suma laajte bi mooy yàlla ni election of the sign is just around the corner, so yeah, for mol ñen na tala revising court le la kunum ba moy kansani bala man na ta for either this week or next week, but then at the end first time on mutata for the first time IECO time on him fail I date him fail so more malo element delay can the phone delay can yam and by referendum process the procedure because paperwork or lebekela ujama bekela work on before court nimbe stand so sign malo for to ma file to worry lebam famal worry hani sign IEC man position not revising because nitala mi ko e kadile linani abe full election o manjam fasay mul ni election o manjam fasay wati e ba fala manyin de karamuta so malum fo actually auto de nyadi. Thank you.
Yeah, Abaraka Bake Auntie Mai. Thank you so much. It's a great question. Imagine I bring UDP press conference because I think 15,000 votes. You know, and that's a lot because I remember in 2021 Najame down by 18,000 votes. So it was that, because Gambia do that. So you can imagine, right now IEC is missing about 15,000 votes. That's going to decide the election. So well, I'm not going to UDP a press conference on the move back quality. I mobile affect because new supplementary voter registration and carry full command on different participators. Now supplementary voter registration. So I spend to phone to at least. So it's a serious issue. It's disenfranchisement of voters.
Yeah.
And so took a vote, took a card for a woman to learn young votes. We should fight for it. So what now can bring UDP press conference next Monday? I respected that decision because now they had no quote. There's no party in this country near long they were very, passionate about having all the voters registered. So UDP voter and still to make sure, this is, a fairly transparent and democratic process. So okay, but UDP is doing that much. At least the finance in press conference to Safina status on Facebook, TikTok, put more finance account. Because during a press conference, I remember 2 days later they extended the window from the 21st July to the 27th. So people can submit more evidence.
Yeah.
So evidence, it can always somebody revise in court. And then the court will obviously look at those, those are, significant evidence. And then from there, so we have to push. I remember even this morning, a statement openly about the electoral process, the polling center, oppositional, we should have body cams, and this is all for awareness, and to make sure we hold IEC accountable.
Yeah.
So coming out for the election is not won on the election day, it's before that. So what now matter, coming out for them gets delays, the court attending, so we also have to put the pressure. So it's a collective effort now. I'm not UDP the Maladu, but we have more than 15, 20 other opposition parties. What are they doing? So we'll continue to put our effort, but it's not among UDP the Maladu, but UDP is championing it more than any other party. But we'll keep putting the pressure, now Jaraka Molita and protest IEC, we're going to be part of that protest. Yeah, because we need to fight. If we're serious about change, we need to fight for what we truly believe.
Okay, Abaraka Saihou, thank you. And then I think time is really up. It's just 1 minute. They want to leave at 9. So I've got, so if anybody, I'm on Lamin Konate, Team Gago, Sani Balaman is, anybody have got a question, just a question that they can answer. Now, if you have a comment, then maybe that can come after they leave. But anybody have a question? Oh. Okay. Sorry. Apologies. I was muted. So I just said time is up. They not guess all they want to leave at 9. So now we have to balance it. I don't know whether Sane Balama, Lamin Konate, Team Gago, Sisla, anybody have got a specific question that we can just manage? Ladies first. Okay, Sane Balama, you go. And you can also speak in Wolof so that Nene can hear you. That.
Very good. And we're saying a fantastic effort, and we're really glad to have grateful professionals like yourself. Understanding Miti Gambia, Agribility Gambia, better than you join hands with UDP. One small question, Bima Ampurian at party or official level. Have you agreed on any memorandum of understanding with us? And if you do or plans to do so, where is your area of target in relation to elections and financing of the campaigning process? I know that this year we are in good hands.
Who is going to take that question, Nene or Saihou?
You can take the question.
Right now, we expect to sign contract be around the 15th of August because UDP the Fabuga def Benayon, the 88 parties at 4 movements, then Buga join. So by the 15th, when we spoke to Dr. Mane, that's the tentative date that we're all going to sign. But I want to be clear that Saihou and I are not waiting to sign. We have joined UDP with no conditions.
That's good.
We don't have any preconceived notions. We don't want anything on the side. We don't want anything on the back. We don't want anything on the front. This is not about that. This is about us creating a voice, amplifying the voice of UDP. We want to be able to be there to create a movement and to create a change that Gambia deserves, and beginning and ending. That's the reason why we joined UDP. And we feel like if we work day in and day out and put in the work, knock on doors, create forums like this, create a level of awareness, we can make a difference. We can create a movement that can help the party win in December. And for us, that is our focus. We have not signed anything. There is nothing we have been promised. We are here solely on their word that an agreement will be signed. But let's be clear, whether or not it's signed, we are moving. The train is going with or without everybody else.
Thank you. Thank you. That is profound. Thank you. Profound. Saihou, you want to add something to that? And then
No, I mean, Nenneh have already said
she said it all. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, even Dr. Mane will tell you, Nenneh is already part of UDP, whether I sign or not.
Okay.
But also, we want to accommodate, we want to be very inclusive. We want to make sure other parties and movement also see the vision.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've studied every political party and movement. We basically have the same ideology, but the leadership is the issue. And you can only have one flag bearer at a time.
Yeah.
So UDP has built the political base, the political capital. If we have the same ideology, and then we can all work together, we all achieve the same objective. It doesn't mean, so I don't understand why everybody is so hell-bent on this leadership thing.
Yeah.
And then if you want the leadership, go put in the work. Go build a UDP. It will take you another 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Ask Mama Kande. He started in 2016, in 2021. He's been hovering around that 100,000 votes, but he didn't get to that UDP level yet.
No, not yet.
So people need to understand that. Even golden era, we started now, it's been 12 months, but if we want to get to where UDP is today, we have to put 10 years or 15 years of work. That's the reality.
Yeah.
So we need to understand the reality. If you want the flowers, put in the work.
True.
When we came, like Nenneh said, when we created the golden era, we put in the work. We didn't say, oh, by the way, Nenneh has a relationship with, Pauseno, let's just go there. No, we put in the work. We created the movement. We put in the time, the website, the team, the agenda. Our agenda was from surveys. We spent millions of dollars conducting those surveys. So again, people want shortcuts, but they don't want to put in the work. They know UDP have the base, they just want to go there, use UDP, and then go do their own thing. But what we did is reverse. We put in the work, but then now it's time for partnership. We're saying UDP have the base, they have the political capital. Let's work together with them so that way we can change this government. Like Nenneh said, we didn't have any conditions. Oh, you need to make me this position, otherwise I'm not coming. No. Right now, we already participate in any joint activity UDP has. They call us, we are there with them. That shows we are dedicated, we are ready for work. There's no preconditions, to us coming in. So right now, we just want to give time. We want more parties and movement to come. For me personally, I'm not understanding why other party leaders and movement need to be convinced to come.
Yeah.
It's what people just need to do the needful for the sake of Gambia. They shouldn't be told what to do.
True.
It's like if I'm a family man, I shouldn't be told to go work to provide for my family.
True.
Yeah, so when we come to Gambia, we should have the same mindset and mentality. It should be about Gambia first.
True.
So the fact that we still have to go convince other people to do the needful, that even to me is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, it is. Indeed.
Yeah, it shows we're not really ready for change. So that's the mindset we need to change. And I keep saying this, I think we need to go back and indoctrinate our kids to put the country first, to understand patriotism. I think patriotism should be studied, from elementary school all the way to middle school.
True.
Because we lack that as a country.
Yeah.
The ethics is not there, the patriotism is not there, and then the mindset needs to change.
Yeah.
And we need to make sure, if we want to make Gambia great, we need to start from there too.
From the basics. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Saihou, Toma. You've both been great tonight. Nenneh, you've been amazing. I think the audience, I can see the feedback. Everybody's really impressed with you both. And thank you for being here. Hopefully, by that election, we will have you again to come and do assessment. Yeah? Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. No, no. Okay.
Just a second, please. I mean, Santasi Center refilling. I mean, it's going to be a quick one. You know, the presidential is just at the corner. You're doing a lot of efforts. You're working in collaboration with UDP, the executive, and, you know, the militants to ensure that we take Baba to State House come December. But what are other plans that we have beyond, you know, the presidential? You know, we have other elections that are coming, local government elections, National Assembly. Are all those part of, you know, the bigger package? Or you just want to, you know, do okay, great. And another thing is, just final one. Seku, you man kera barabla, mel nata America, ida barabata, so data, in the Oslo, la Gambia, in Africa, political party, the Balula Dame, you more responsible than one leg.
Yeah.
The Mansula political approval padu. Il a nafudo, il a wato, il will attack and cat, depends to the bedroom canani. Gambia Algan farm, we say, Namute fee, Melbo Comaduka Algan and a coffee come.
Yeah.
Look at them, sit at a Luma Moine, come here, never and you have the neck on fee, Europe fee, the Tamambalu, you know, Amlendara, then Nekasi politic proof, I'm falling in the neck. Alhamdulillah, you have established business, the Nekasilo Hamne, the Nekabimbalan Bari, Baran Lucas politics. So, no one in a way, they can be this, the new focusing, you know, Ligaromi, Nekaluna, you know, the community. Nessa that link, you know, that defense center. I know we'll have more time to talk to you.
Thank you.
And so I'm staying for other.
No. They have another engagement at 9:30. So that's why I want them to go. Thank you so much. Thank you, Nene. Thank you, Tom.
We'll do this again.
Yeah, we will do this again. We'll do this again. Now. Yeah, iko appointment also the 9:30. Wala na lafte eta, but it's a conton no. Yeah, first saying la keva la arjara tolom sehu. Yam ali nyolon, you know. Okay. Ala baraka bake. Thank you, Nene. Thank you. Yeah, Jeff. Thank you. Okay, guys. We can continue the conversation. I think Lamin Konada is here, former chairman of UDP UK chapter. Lamin Inimbara, Sisla Jarama is here, and Farsen Saboli. Apologies that I told them, you know, opportunity sort of to ask the question or comment because the appointment was at 9:30, and I didn't want to stretch it, you know, to keep them here longer than this. So Lamin Konada, the floor is yours.
Inimbara bakila do kujimara.
Always,
just to acknowledge what you do, the good that you've been doing.
Thank you.
Relentlessly, time is money. You've devoted a lot of time for the cause of this country. In fact, model call you know, among the people I really admire, they are working, you know, tirelessly in political economy. I don't know for jail.
Oh, thank you.
So
yeah,
alhamdulillah.
Thank you.
People, you know, more can do care na mialam ko eka more you know, betia jana do ko ni ka recognize. So kumodo bi lafta mi fola akamunda ko se ko yo dol ansale yamokono. But man for dole man tar mi ko kama feedback.
Madam ngaji be jwal man tar mi fon defo ngole yaro ba malum. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to mute Lami. Maybe it's at my end. Yeah.
Yeah, so Komodo Bije, after me, fortress, but Naraje, because Segula Diamo, Saihou Saho at the fire was mentioned around patriotism. Ndebe for la Segwe and in Nene, Modo Askino, Tatal sign, but as you know, for me, message on Lamway. It's all related. I'll try and reach out to them. They have made history and they are making history in the Gambia. They are a shining example of patriotism and selflessness at a time when Banku Dolo, Mavabede, Dolo, Imang Tarifen Kagan Dunia Kolopi, Mantarfen Kakam, Banko can be Kamola kamun nakari itarola kamun nakari ila ke barola bi tanni ita dunda do ngaje ita be diam kam ni moli about mol ni bango ngamiran ko don alliance UDP ni na alliance wala coalition ya criticize it and they condemn it or more kill more turn around 360 U-turn can you do take co-celebrate or double standard many jamano men ko be ke kanyum banko campaign but you they are guided by the need or national interest kajo ko ima UDP nakare ila political ko it will do for a capital so they have both political and human capital that UDP is dying for indifference mean for in alpha lo moyti banko ka indifference mean for ado data bedna president mandin ko ito suti ala UDP ina ko de jam fa UDP yeji bin kiteng ye modo male inspire and among those people I am among those people that will inspire ye inspire munela ilo raponya ito so raponya la and do selflessly kake banko ni amu ni ba fa nga ke banko do ka fa nga ke banko o mandre fen ke kana man ka kunkuloti o mandre diam kam fen na man ka kunkuloti o mandre fen ke kana man ka kunkuloti banti e ka mo tale ka mo confusion la national interest but when you actual fact ite be min fanke ite be tinyarol la bar nyi jibe do la nyi ka ja whether there is any memorandum of understanding signed or not they are not even waiting for that whether it is signed or not it's a sole interest of military whether UDP even give them something to sign or not it will need to make it work but the finance min follow the code usenu la nyatum ka kono you are at home but for now nalna ko nalna patio ko alman la ala patio ni abijela ado be support la de akaje ko amanga ko mi kala patio fa any coalition is a natural front to kalna ka brainstorm put together to put resources together and to campaign together and to be there titan net and the bullet and the camp ndefana mba fa le ko nimbe kala example la ci mol mi lang lefta mi fan demande fan ni karo fan demande but kamanda ko ñene fa na do jable kaje ko it is one simple phone mol mi lang ko they are sitting on the fence or thinking still now whether to join or not but ñene mi follow ko why do we even have to even convince anybody now to join or to kafu UDP ma to Kanimbanko Bandi the evidence are there and the reasons are there you just have to have the big heart to even understand national interest should be this, the driving force here as you do it in the world. So we will keep it up and the more kanjandi and usenu and nyatonka akono mono menon ko forolo matide and UDP alfa forolo matide nin kokono we are with you every step of the way adum be sulala kanyum bankum boku kanyum bankum topoto ni election of winter and winter at the core of everything that we do. We do continue to do everything with you together, and we are with you together. Mbafra la baraka bake, al be minke ganjang al tari koleke, al banko mol bebe kontanet bi. Ni alon ko defta kany banko bon. O respoko ano o tari ko adio so kany banko kan. Andu mbafra la ko. Ani kabide al kane fonyo ke ba sabala fa yalla do jamo ko jang. Dawda mala strong holto. Ani al dunje alita anyenta mim fole aliafo me alon ko fana they sitting on the fence politician dolo if you can do anything to ali diamwe yeje atel be min kono bi ngal ko al be yudi be kono bu ñano xoromol balkan anu modol bi e mandu yudi be but the perception they have so Nenneh or you can definitely reach out to those people until nga ko be ken yudi be alpha liya ko be ke any politician be di banko ka they reach out to them individually and they call them out collectively. Kulotulomba and banking. But Hanikadi, Mimbigambia, one of the country from, but the time is not on our side. Katifao Islam, Alinga Bank, Alinga Yam for Yom, Alinga Yam for Yom, and Tiberian for Alinga Kilent, Bagabedol. Alinga confirm the moment, come far, the morning, Momo, Alinga Betel Budijang Abidam, about Bondi. Any other interest nanata, any other fragmented interest agenda nanata, I think I'll be fine. The Ningo Nimbus no Sankala in the world.
Okay, barka bake chairman Lamin Konate be kontona bake la diamul men beteata. Ela diamol beteata andong hakil ma diamo yo le kejang. Ngamera be se tata soto no jele. Thank you also for the wonderful job that you are doing for the party. Always in Fananke jele program online in Noha. Break it down. Very interesting program, very educated program. And also ika yamaro men di online ika join platform or to continue all yamari and always mulka great wisdom from your contributions. Thank you. So Sisla jara ma fana mbijane Sisla
Certainly, I'll conduct be conduct the platform of the program system. And I just want to say thanks to Nenneh and Sekou because on Nenneh platform last week I was with Nenneh the same platform. So it was a great interview. I'm looking at the lady, So,
okay.
Yeah, lady last week now on the platform last week and then I answer. Yeah, but la femme for the Sekou like yeah always because none after Sekou left after that I lived down Barola
Tonya, yeah.
Because UDP fed the UDP. And the more I did say, Brown joined UDP there. I was following say on Facebook. Artists all from Hanila program can I see I remember I think it was Hussein Dada. Around 100,000 or 50,000 check I already
wow.
Media mobile yeah. So obviously more than that UDP or Mana UDP. The Bangola, the right choice, no, I tell a UDP levels, look at Mesa Paro, So I'm very proud this moment I make, Gomba for it, if I invite them and put it in Bawa and London convention, at least they are all Sekou Pereira.
Okay.
It was a very great interview.
Baila Sisla moment na disappeared AI fat njai.
MVP.
Yeah, I'm also visa. Yeah, Avaraga Sisla. Yeah.
Don't focus. Particularly when you're going to Toya, slow to Kola Fakabango, Pondi, Albinale, join you no matter what. Yeah. Thank you, brother.
I'm bearing a jump. In fact, maybe Yalo Vanya when you told me, I'll be American, but bearing a jump, ngata fashion Savalia, so good at Finland. Oh, Avesarola. Okay. Sane Balama, you still want to have the floor?
Yes, exactly. I'm going to control Nasiru, and then he was Patsem Tabaliani, Alaji Balgil control Animbuwa, Mariama, Bel control Ablai, and then Alaji Balgil control told me the panelists also, I'll be form Franco on platform or Santo. Ten content about it, Kato Ale along last week, Bilin Mama Kande in Manyake, they were so discouraged completely. In terms of trust when it comes to na funding kewolu na younger generation. Fonte nyine mira ko mumanya ngalala a younger generation of Gambians anymore because you display in the past months Gambia kono amalo warta anikuya warata ana disappointment of an siata. But it kana ni younger generation fulaje ne Saihou Saho. Imagine a kohani and there is no agreement signed, yet still a money aim will kafalingunati Gambia kono kabang United Democratic Koma because you Tonya Jelly, yeah, Lunakofanan, that's the biggest party that can actually defeat Barrow. Ni young kontani bake and inspirational dinner kaitandiko even though no do so many alonko or what head tale it interest village but still there are good ones among ourselves many alonko a pareta Gambia bondi in terambolo kono but in content in the fact ko ibinale la focus has been on IEC and this is an area that Tolbenian taka emphasis largely kato even if na a grand coalition ke nina electoral register among claims among
among clean, among the actual numbers, among the actual electorates show, then we're still in limbo or in a big problem. So I'm glad that you're not on board, and we are glad to have them as a United Democratic Party Alliance team.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's really like reassuring. We all came out of that nostalgia situation that Mama Kande put the whole country in terms of, but the writing was always on the wall when it comes to Mama Kande. And our last comment from that, for me, was very disrespectful, to saying that the election is already decided. Anybody going to this, you're just wasting your resources. Mama Kande should not say such words. Did he waste his resources in 2016 and 2021 then? Did he waste his resources when he contested? So I think that was really condescending and very disrespectful to the opposition.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Abaraka. Malam fo fatsen man pare still ngata modoya. Maybe at the salora. So yo paretal ajarato acha bismillah.
Yo kind be control na sani bala man yolu sisla yolu lamin gabo yolu ata lamin konate nga maka mo moy janne nga ni control ni la dintango mi be jita seko nga ande programme la moy kanne wala moy ro kono do yi ntata jarat to nyata banta ko wala
ani banta dolla jarat ida ñoomi la ñoomi
jarat kay to nyata banta ba to fa mo jawol do mo ko kala bina jila de mbarat bar programme woni bete abatala seku banku di yawa be telle do bayrin ntol bere tabu gambia biyo banko be min kon wallahi mammo kumpa gambia be min kon hani mil manke gambia di oti be ak ne gambia problem wala ko
tonya
kantu bi ntol la fem man ken na fenti ntol senegal le marali ntol la fem be
ya
ajibe hanin na ba nimma galo min be kering gambia nyetije ma fetiji
ha nyew mankitale
nyeman tara gambia badanol be tata be tata senegal andum ntol fana ya mol bi jeli mi se badana ya keno bari iman sembo so te man fan ko so te me fan sun kuno so to no man sakunda min se ma koy o man sakunda bi wo ke mira kudo de la wol koy kata bere lale nin sama ko ikoy kata sila da yel wolle so gambia be min kono bi gambia di no bele woje nga jele bi dictatorship min be o bankoka nyaani ja sate min bi je fo buluku lemba nga jawo tole ma nyaami be woto yale tata fo en elefta nyaani ja dingol koy be lopitano lo la je mili be banta sidun jay ko min be marali nga ko wala UDP ko le singol woje amani sa im fane programme dole so je min nyanta speak di la je si yo panam buli kata kele at speak di la kantu UDP ko le buduk buduk lenjeeti buduk so sayin ko yaje wo ko yetti fulale bondige ye baye transfer immediate effect
yeah
ha min nyanta speak di la biri wo fanan be speak di le ko fo se fo la malo munemu sim kon simbaro le fo munemu wo fanan no speak di ka taminti be ngala moy la ko min be kere atala speak keta muneti ko nyin kumo mune yatinna o san gambia e o safe bari italiano ne milibe o koma yet ay tike sol point barnadi ata alay ibe wol be bayle to law sate to andu ye mo flay wala bay immediate effect wodula ke sambadula do ke transfer dula do so banko kan dictatorship le bije o banko kan ni keta UDP koti ite kayra tete dala andu kumo li fota jannen tulo e mimmoy amanke UDP ko do ronti sidu ngai ya fole ko mandin ko te do ko kala o banko kan nimbaro tamita sako ni mu UDP ko te o ton tanga mira bi politique party o politique party mo ni politique party yo lelo ite ko barola maralo wala yatine party yo lo se ko wallahi nyanta la party yo kam ni mu UDP kan to bi wala suki ata pour kan bondi ni maral jaw ko UDP ka carte ke so min soto o banko kan politique party bukas UDP ka win ka win IEC le mun tolla problème oti UDP winter 2021 IEC le mun na problem oti bari billahi wallahi tallahi ngam kalile ngota sali kulole kan IEC nali ya mira ni yakulun kili bila abedan kula alkali fangole nene ay Gambia di woli bela carte keso mba defend la mba protect la mbe lolale ni obela rinda mbe carte keso la wolto nyin silo Gambia funding kenu nin carte fighter mo kana ta ba Hussein ya Allah haji ta ba Hussein ya Allah carte al ma fay ba Hussein manke IEC ali al carte na fighter dami ngay kontinue dawda ni wi no kete je nga celebrate Seku nyoli nyimi kete nyine mu banku din kende yati hey carte tinya na fatala ka foko ninte man carte kelati mo be to sey no la ni sino la ni siran kan sinya kilina nyaton kaya wallahi ni wato site la be futalelale oto ali nga fondin kela ali bo borila ali bo boroni nyo bayindola ali nga lonko bi bawsen mo ali fata katale o banko kan andun jamale ba noma andu ngala ke flag bi arata manke tilimbali ya kono amanke nakare kono akata tiluma nin to nyaal kan kartele fayta yi oto ni te bankoje ite be kafomi kono kartele fayta o karte keso e min tombong muna ne to koyte lola wono may te fangole je te man ka bankoje opposition party kote ngolum de kilila al nanan Saihou Saho nyoli en nyimmi tial yake ali nanan natural kila fita ka barole bondi atol kilinta baro bondi dol hey baro fango be la firinne kabo baro be la firinne kabo amala be bola nyami kantu baro fan kalole ka foko ako julu jango be mimbulu ite julu sutuntiyo ita kolongoto je inyabe julu jantiyo le ko itele julu sutugo dina la ya to kinyoba ko ali jiyo biyal be aka mandin ka kangola foye kumo buka do maka moyle kay se kunta do be ni baro di am tante ka fale nono baro malo muna mala problème barbaro fa be la frina kaji kan sino itandi mo la se gino nyaadi le kuna na opposition o tawo mo ina
after rescue we have to rescue him
baro di am do be fan kan ko nyin no malo muna bar nyin ka sino la fa itandi mo le nyanta bonde ako juli jantiyo ma to bondi o sako juli sutuntiyo o to te atal na juro ka fa nyola ba
je ay wala fo ay wala fo
ako ni juli jantiyo ma giyo bino juli sutuntiyo na obe mira la giku ako to ngamira na lafta jela al nyanta alla julo le ka fa nyola al se giyo soto no al yemi hani bi opposition ol kamunta ko ika mira mbumburo le muitini giyo bon kay yarri ngaje mama kande o yenyu akata ta jela because ñilla bangala ñiliye momo tay ka fa nga mo temele bondi GDC nga mo talu le bondi GDC ibele tata ngami rasila mama kandele la bangol bar GDC din foro wol Gambia di mo yominti wol tabula la mama kande no mama kande na ka karte ke seke meleso billahi baroya hani mu wanga na tikaji ko nyim bang batali be nyim bang ko kan Gambia di mo bele yaji o ton tabe opposition party ko te mo lukilila miliya lonko ida man tara nyin kuale i man tara baroya bari man na UDP folo andi man na adula do to mbiye kumandila ye nana yela UDP ka UDP lam patriote min sutiyata ka baro bo dal na nga baro bo ndije nyimaral ko nga min ba ko nga bo kono ni dictatorship min ba ko nga bo kono be dictatorship le kono ni ka fo baro e freedom of speech le diamadi mola o banko kan ni diamata reke kumandile ye mo jelle kumandi ko e kate nyinen kan andi man sem fana man kela banko la ko hey nimbaro tambita man mo febo o banko ka wallahi nimbaro tambita man sen lal febo aman journalist oli febo aman musoli febo aman funding keli febo andong alama ale entankala ali ngalo nsimfulo la barola tambo man mo febo o banko ka opposition party ko te ngolali na ali bukana ba Hussein yal kana ali fangole analla banko analla soma ali falu ali nana ngake kilingoti hey kana UDP watati ne la pati e buruka kana UDP watati ne to e buruka kana UDP watati ne la nyanto muminti ma soto ba Hussein president ya do ngabe wole kela ata keno la minister te am president wati ata keno la minister place killing minister of justice minister of health minister of fenko ate keno la tinamu president wati nyindongol be molle be marala la inde tenyole inayi do ko to alna mbenga banko do ku mili man na folo alna mbenga banko do ku
Abaraka bala Falsen Sabali. It could be Giole Lota Banjul flood. Banjul got flooded today. So the capital city. So market je Giole Lota Banjul Sato Kono. Dol Malam Tol Montomalan to Legola Batakono, Gambia. Hadim Gay 35 million all spent. Is it 35 million? What's it? Yeah, that's a lot of money. So, ning good drainage system amongst the capital city, kono, that's disastrous for our country, isn't it? So, iko banjul flooding like that JB, wala be kibarol jonjandi kang. So, Brahma sila buto malam fa abafalo jio fa nambata kaza masle ba malam. So, bago kombotal ka bonang kaza masle. Malam fa abafalo banjul ta bota nang abafalo nyomi ha bota nang. Abafalo jio bota nang nyomi le. Never confused.com. So Buba, you go ahead. Ndol nim bañul jabata ñolal. Ibrahima Zilla ko say mbaw frodi ni wakata Gambia rek yo ka bana Casamance.
Sekunde konton la bake. Seku Nenneh Seku they are so brilliant. Ano ngamira ko molde nyanta ke la moy nyillane. Ano ye message on le bula jammi ya lon ko.
Hey, sorry ne Fanja nata le Abla sorry nge kundu. Fanja fela duntana. No sign out duntana sign. Okay, sorry, Buwangi Kundu.
Yeah, that's fine. Seku ye message on le bula jammi ya lon ko one message on ngamira Gambian ol del ka wolle ni ka. Wolen jamale be kandila. Bar Nenneh wala kumo kono yemin ko molwe wala ko min be kandila Gambia banko kanya ko kaya. Amanke ko keba yale mo wala dindi yale wala min do la bar be banko dila mola mi yalon ko honesta. Mi yalon ko ay integrity soto. Anu Nenneh wol ko kabri nyakon ko bi jube yela assessment oke. Iko itali assessment ole follow ke kabo ko ina ko katon. Ka political landscape jube. Inata je ko UDP anu Usenu Dabo wolle wo integrity so anu ni aje mbe baro mbe fenko min kono mbe nim bata min kono Seku jang Gambia banko kan sai amanje ko ngako Gambia buka ko do so integrity wala mankita banko jinkan honesty wala mankita banko jinkan woto sai ninga mo so to mi yalon ko party leader lem e ka understand I tell them I londo so to number 1. You can understand anata honesta number 2 Nenneh afala kumo kono jay ye kumo min be fo ka kumo min be fo inata ya jube putino tije mi yalon ko afundi daga oto say Gambia nolu ngaje ko Gambia nolu fon kunin tale anu Gambia nolu meta ka kafir fay tange bimbe Gambia talent TV jube ka itata street assessment ol kamay ko di molla ibe rekotinna ngaje ko Gambia momo DJ ye Michael Jumuta idea ko ni opposition party lu nyanta kala yu di leka adun do bi ay kuma do ko wolan ko Gambia no yalon ne be la kasse elada wodo say opposition party lu fa sen ye min fa la kumo ko no jang wolan ko momo bi jang ila ta korda lola ni la ta Kenya tripola ikata fen ko la ta tro ko la ta wala ka Kenya feno bar ni tata wo Kenya jurumate la korda kon ni bita pour ka bulo ko de da ika puso la ta so dunia fengo bebe sumandi wala nyama ni la ta temba bondi eka min warata eka wala ta pour asado ko sone andebul woto nin la taka adama baro bondi bayra abe kumbinna woto say UDP lam trokote alanga tan la kenyo bi na jurmana alter miliyalon ko opposition party wala alter lam pusolti la taka bankol jahase alin cemento wala ka cemento peram alna leta ministry position to UDP mambala wo ila sani akoy kale anu ya kole ko itelman bala ele moy do ko de anu yo manifeste ila manifeste on be dami kabrin PPP tata UDP ka
Mariam man la fi hande gomez ministre ala
kabrin PPP tata UDP ka ye fengo fe right agreement to everything UDP man fen palinge
woto sai Gambia no UDP mallapa bela bari ilatta min la nyaton ko lollo ni mi yalon ko patiyal mi yalon ko ibe jikini la wo pati worowlol woltata adama barola man sakunda kan e man kortono bayno so UDP malla sai ka motandindi pour ka molla banko tinya because of ni a chance bula momo nim banko tinya da ibina murle telle bangay ko muna UDP la yambula nyinda e ka understand ko imam adama baro bulala nyamin imaje ibe wo kawta kan kala UDP ka woto sai ndese min fono wolam ko nene nin sehu e ka understand there are a very good tools mili alon ko nte kabrin ibe diamo la jang kamin de jen ko nyil de imo coach solle akam tale ko ibe order political party nin ibe coach kanne ka tandila memo banku maroti ka tandila ko banko manke na fuloti banko mu minti ila life plan e ka understand ni la life sacrifice ya sad na fulo be panlan a tara ite na fulo min mutaje waya tare itela baluwo be jampari wodi so toro kana la bay tele kam so min bije wala mitella UDP faran nyilmin nata da Saihou Nenneh alingan hakilo fi to baati UDP ko conseil yamar because ne mo yamar fana e conseil fon yamar alingan hakilo fi to nyil nata minna wala mi ye fon sobtula e sobtula ye fon kayen di UDP la e man fen nyinige e man tus nyinige woton fanan ni la mutanyalu e ka understand ngan hakilo fi to baati pour so makam because of niaje UDP coalition of the Kolear and Buldomandi, Molakata Duma, Yajiko Momo Lafta Canantel can and Wolem Toyati, the Katapurke on the mind. Will ever kill. Take understand. In the Kafamolianko, Hamin coalition, Kajamin the Caring coalition, Kaja the Caring, Ka UDP block, Woda Malabekiri. Take understand. Woda Malabekiri because of Mincheta, the more convinced no, so in Africa more confused. So instead of more than young. Yeah. Alingam Hakiro to confusion.
Abaraga, thank you so much for your contribution. So, Gambia one love for Namijan, but not a large Kijera Kang. Brother Kijera? Yeah, I'm Sino. Asino dal. Okay, Gambia one love, it is in an all the time.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Even yadi, brother.
Seku Mansino.
I Mansino. Okay. Gambia one love, but link Kijera Paradise, you know, yeah.
Thank you.
Even yadi.
Hello?
Okay, my ila network ko kada. Me my son.
That's right. Seku nge konto ila doku kendola.
Abaraka.
Nga fat sin sabali konto. Alhamdulillah aning na komreto ablay dantabala alikalo nga fa ng konto mbake. Something Ibrahim Maria mange fa ng konto mbake. Seku nyim fon nin kewlu nte biringe la diam kanalu moy nte jikita nyim fon nin kewla ye menke tay ngina nyanta kala banku din kende o kende ibe ngande banko kan ila miro yenta sarna ten dan sutiyata bar dan sutiyata bar dandin fanan sutiyata katun bi UDP be al halo mento bi Nini political party of Messan, Kilimbo Alhalo, it is sonna from Honey Qualiton Frankie Dalla Sako Safoha, more of a Tambila, if you can call it, it's a bit more of someone knife and you. Remember that only Yakunko. Seku said the Liban Miracle Sifa Gambia Kona, a bit finger and then go. And then he bought from the Kakan and more. Ikonyo konten tomya tunan de mantari UDP mantari UDP bar tonya be damen ni UDP nata rek de carte fay la wolle annum be jikri na ka fo mon fanam be jele men yalon ko bi imala miro mantari fango fedin to coalition benta bank coalition man ben bank wolbe carte fay la UDP because mol be damen ibe sular in falingella mol be damen be sular in falingella annum falingella بكلال دي إن شاء الله ني على سلطة Seku haramade mu ko sir talet ñun nene anin fenkiato dum saho biri nga yul la diam ka moy doro ngal na ka fa ñinu yalo haramade kuludla is very important haramade la kuludla is very important ñelu ya fa ma jiyo me soto ani fahamo me soto anin bi alhamdulillah iman ko rifanna wallahi inatana ala mutay ko mbatu nga kaf UDP ma bari UDP fala mu kafleti me yalon ko man fis mo la ka UDP fis wala ya bari UDP man fis wala ya lon mo la ka UDP fis wala ya ike kule ke senya ke samot wokola yena bo UDP yene fansun ko ke fanye watar ye jamfa ke bar kunun miracle sifa dole keta ben doto kende burita abe awlota ako fenko ako bendula nyinto ko jamfan tungulu ko yela jamfa mo jamfa mala aya fanya dole bar bira ya fo ngaje benita tanyo bendu ko ka futa nyoma ngaje be ko ngi mi burita ko ko nyum message wala andu harmade ngo meye bonde kana nyinala seku wallahi nga kuje gambia ko no nyinan UDP wallahi ni ko meye ko nanga tay manso na tala UDP be taral
inshallah
ni ko meye ko nanga ta iman son na tala ni ala sonda wallahi ala tala la chito kono ala bunya ba kon ite fanga bena UDP nyaay na ko se dun fe tusi dun noy kono nyaame kunu lam de abu tutal de ni ala hali jaw men be banko kan ni ni gambian ko na ko do taka be dum di silo to silo man barakatu mo men nawo jio felenta be sila dula beto ye mon nako do kasara yalo ñen fal be desperate le baro fa bu ko suto sino mara bu ko suto sino imagine bunte kay kata dere la imagine bunte kay kata ko seku ni net ñaar sifa men ke dambia kono ni te sino la yeten ko amon possible ni be toro men to ni ne fa be toro ni ina in kuma ba be alka men be me kenzen ni ye be ko sino mari me baro ngilin kala de mati sallana ta andum pleno le assemble anda bodo state house le kata ha bitunde bagasol de malon faade bagas dol bote jeel ma kenyalo bara sa hakilo na banko mun na banko le andu nyun ko men bebe tamala nyum boda ma fangala abebe katakan ibenna sanso le noma na sanso men be bakol ibodo noma arin na tudo ibodo no man niya ibe tala le feta o sanga marengi anin samo ma fangalla ibe lafna ol beta le ko mitel talet nin ko bebe kata kan wala ko tola nin boda mutam me ba ke kante non ta ko hera diat na ya tara aba nyama fam angaleli on colonize ntella gambia fam ala nani yo man kay intide Gambia fala nani yo be kawla kalet wadi tambi da halin tan o fonni ken dindin malu inka tan min ka fala Gambia la nani yo mu ket abe jele dam ya afeke mal londe akam ta ko no koyo abe do je mu Gambia man dan Gambia la intande Gambia ta dal barke se xamna ka fa bu Gambia ko imalo fayo so sa Italian yung banko beso sila Italian na muna la Gambia banko kansi tulo yung ko unko ko be tulo ni ndoma tulo ni min gaso ni sanso ni ibe wala tere ka wala finna imam flo auto de because ni flo auto dron mo be sobidal bari yalo sobida e dende wulu bari ngela fi kajel sobida e dende wulu bari ngela fi kajel Inya be Senegalel be mini men be la no kasamatu boda la ni no bolon kono ma fa la kana ibe takane de wati be na shira do ibe tala do ba fala ibe tala yalo Gambia fa na ba ase a warata le nya a warata baake na mesu to Atlantic Ocean ko so andu ñin tulol bebe wolo ko fe jama boro ko iya baro de baro nte malla baro la nim baro fa manke Senegal le agento le baro wallahi baro mu Senegal le agento le yalo fatol be de ka agento le dal ko de al téléphone al san janna al bukakalam because Senghor ye Gambia try le ma ko Abdou Diouf ya try Gambia try pour comme ñanta Gambia to le ñame image ko do Yaya Jammeh yo fanan try le ka fofun ko ka bodal soron ko kon kay korta par wotumo Yaya Jammeh kullo itali molo long itali yamira ko Yaya Jammeh itali yamira ko nyukri ya mo be Yaya Jammeh wo ki jafaro ko iman hani ka kudol ke kasa mas fana rebelon fana yo ma fa ngamuta tonkon so ba fana ha nin ko be ngapi la in kambitu kasa mas mbe fola jera so wo silanya bela bari birit baro na sa dron ate Senegal soldaru le ta ke man state house sa intella data fon abebe Senegal
on a kullo bebe bulle
na kullo bebe bu fente ma bo intel jeng Gambia kon ni ade Senegal ko kilta be ma nya jawi yalla tay Gambia kon barolam ina agentoti so ni aji be nyimbe be ke kante jawara ya ke dande imam kuno jawara ye ko be kate imam kuno je mboto ini ya jam fala ya ke imam kuno so baro silam baro ko Senegal yon ko belende al nana ba on do bi kimal wol bebe Senegal ko on ka fa mo bu Gambia ko andum dimo abe balale abe fala diga be balale abe fala kadu haninte fama hana adra ye wulu la dole ko ninga me ko Gambia la nga Gambia la kanu la ka tambi bes banko menga because mbala na ko to nyaato nyanta bu ndan dinga ti jang anna tare wulu tay banko ko so mo si hakilo to baro ko woto nyi fondinke ye menke ten kana kafu UDP ma bi wajibo no Gambia di wodi na ya kari manke hasilo imanke kutun kanno imam pare ka banko bondi wallahi ibena kafla UDP la mad ire UDP yawa katum bi ilay fatim dim patin ngalo na talibi ben suda antenada mbato ko lal wonte nada la mini farante nada ida malla benta mala fo kunun ta kaytol say nyote wonte nada woni bewo be UDP kenya fo hanna ya fer mu rebe kala UDP fo alkan mo kana han won control to bari yalon to nyale be la banna kunu ifan la je kendi no to ja ko ja mo mon ni ya jamfa jira jamfa aba tule fa la ko to de sila ite ko e kam mama kan la jamfa la fo kendi ka ko la fo sai men fa be siri te fa la nya don nga nga je e ka penolta e be kendi gibe ka ngalo mo karata yalo ala ka modi yamundi ay tonya ay tan di fa la de ka fatali be mu jampan ton di may kendi atali fa la ta kendi be na kay na la mitino dayro fa ay jampa ko mo ko ni men ye ni nya ni yo jampa ka ke kun kon
baraka kijara
so dunia be tan
yeah
bi Gambia din bele nyento wakilla ke tesiti Gambia din kendo be nyento wakilla wajibo lo mu sungu be nyamen na ko wajibo lo mu salo be nyamen na ko wajibo lo mu wallahi ka baro fanam bonni wallahi abi wajibo lo ko Gambia ko bata boron de sutala nga docteur samata je abe loring musole donkilo la ko boru man sutela lefta noto lara man soto i musole bo donkilo la ngaji ko ni lay donkilo ta jampala ngaje fanka ko ala barka la donkilo ko akana barakan taje alala
Abaraka kijara abaraka thank you so much thank you kijara abaraka so a chance the Gambia one love after Blai Sala think of that program on you close Gambia one love abaraka thank you ini bara be nyaadi
ali aja fatu sen salary and buba madiama and bro abdullah ala kile mbal kondo mbal kondo mbal jere program habe diare
abaraka
maro mo so ni ala kamo basu tabai tagalo ndine mari so arso ko le katawai dikke khibari ya ko tutte ke be ko yi so na tawo agambo ko romba mbi bawu sen hadde ndike yo ngani ke be ne dem ndira nyanya anda be so na sanko no ko igawo ko no na ta ko wana ka katana ana ka dem bana wallahi ke se dike na ke yon ke sa ni kan dero parce que na ya to au ni ba ako ko man ni ba ha ko jo ba ni la da mi kina ga fi an yana ai ako ko ni ma ha siri lo da ni na ba si ni di an yana ya ma ba ro sino ko bi ta ko ba re ada ambulance ni ya ba ambulance ni na abone ne dia buru ko khorum bambe bawo seni halle be la ta sini ma khane ne bawo seni UDP eti ndi don go daro mal dingam pati no UDP ala sigi Gambia da ngone so ko do do ma ne ko ko ba sigi ni to no buru ko khorum bambe me halle kana folo akal shu ona jame buru ko na salo ni da ko ko sho ngara do shu shu ba ne da be da kana akan dulu ko kana Allah mo kiten ki ne jamana ki ga mo be dan wai karama siro an ga ri bola na yoro so kan de on ga no ya kai ne khati kamero shi ne ko so ka dum ra be ya an na ai ku min dan man kan si ka ga ka to be ka ga mo taro yo are ni ya ko no an mo ma sti ga fu mo ko ko kamero ko kan ka ni na ke ne ga million ga ke be million ka mo ta ni ne million na ka ka mo ka ni ne ke ne ga ko so mo woni kena tanggal ni kita heba wallahi indi piato heba ako ni mga kaparo ni mga ini dina ni sudah share Gambia ina ukina na mero mbiu ndo na kijamani ina ukina ai paskana na ibuna jaman kuku magana kenu ai Gambia wale Gambia ni jamani na kasfa wana na kujuna huko ana kama ni kitaba kama shikikira kana minna tambo gari na Japani pia ko ko bi UDP allo so shamba na Gambia daga kani na kina kuma Gambia feri Gambia bale ni ya so ni ne ro wanga ko bana ne bakanga ko bana anda ko kunwa eske kini ya go ngai ko masiro Gambia ni ngari kinga ro Gambia so ni to on pai ila ko kin ko ngai dan dike sini da kina ngai jamani ke hore uwe kitengene ngari Allah kan ukisia wakhi bedinga ditini Gambia kena katina khusus kita ko kitembai mutwe akhamba duande akan folo ini kumpanya gari akan folo digami una param pensi ala yo sio kuta so na diamo kana nyamba so abenya me yalo ndola dula mo jama ba ole kaito fai he voted up Barrow in 2021. But all Banya Faso, you know, Yaro is strategy kita NPPR, the strategy Amambetari. Asking Gola Dula started from American Bolivia. So if no money have call after Lola Prindayal. Ngono Barula near Kisakisa. Parce atene allo ne ko da mo be le mo ma la fa ya ke so il a fait stratégie on la tela so nte afuere ni ari mo klima ni no so ba o se ni di bila kata bale ke ni banko ya parce que ni ya ke la capacity abi bulu ani ala hino ala ko mo abi bulu parce que tout c'est la jambando foaro education ministère de l'agriculture ay mo fo et bien traquer ko ma capacité so et est-ce que il manque de la fa de le faire
wallahi
bulu la ni o kan de be no ba si faram panti yudi pimal mo kan yempi mo ti ani nga banko de bukare na dia mo de sala mbedi ya mo mbada na gande mbal tendula wakati wado ya to munga na platform
wallo afo ni na kama
do fana
ya mo le mo jamal ko en
Kindaki, I'll be a barka.
No, is that for in Sarahula?
No, I follow Sarahula already.
Okay.
I follow. Thank you, one love. Yalong, as all audience all door from BDM, lafta al haklo blan la kukelina la. Benin Gambia one love it, I'm a dolbe safero la ngafo. I can't win. Sometimes I'll understanding sort of it's late abedame. Maybe amala fikala neighbors or maybe shukutale. So I'll never understand that. Wala nantema fa ikango sale. Mamola circumstance la be diam kanyame. Nemo ya kango jindi. I'll nyanta alona dalilo me na kango jindi. But I told natural be la moyo rek. I told ka focus me on idea. So sometimes half understanding left them being a haklo to water because most of the time maybe didn't want to didn't be sinola or modo be sinola. Anaba fan some bungole kono to have do jang. You have to be cognizant, moitra sinola. Maybe wala na account jina malafiko mali diso, but after the message, may important direct message on your ta. Yeah, understand. You could hear what he was saying. So after being on a close to auto. The more account jina, I cannot pressurize, increase your voice. The voice is low. You have to make a comment section. But apply. If I love
one love. The whole day.
Hana be dogu la kata diamu la keba wala live la ni manzo wala live. Yeah, abakata kambakele.
No, he's every day. It's everywhere. He's working very hard.
Abakata particularly within that URR attending.
He's
team.
Attending
Team Gago. Yeah.
He's doing that every other day.
Yeah.
Every other day. Really.
Yeah. He's doing
family,
So you'll interview General apply.
That was good.
Yeah.
Patriotism is a sacrifice.
Mm.
To love your country. It's a sacrifice. And these people can come, they're from the West, and they have, little bit, something.
Mm.
They can come here, come on, come in, they can read, they have connection.
Yala apply nte kunung ni watu be I was on a holiday. But the thing is, I was like, list and near for Gambia diamo phone call, but we have to speak up. We all Gambians. We all are entitled. I don't mind people, but I see a lot of double standards in this country.
Yes,
And listen, nta banko te bolano halako kono daming ni mandaji kol fali. I keep saying it. Leadership that man can don't a problem. Look at the social media.
Yes.
I said it here. I posed this question to Nene and Saihou. When they joined UDP, people went online to criticize them. Not join, they endorsed UDP when they said we want to endorse the party-led policy of UDP.
Yes.
People went after them online. But look at this celebration between Unite and Lamin Jedabolo Party. So what is the variance between the two? Can somebody tell me? And this is apply. We cannot Ntebola halako kono ni manke mo honest the more objective. I can say there are very few objective Gambians. Very few objective. Majority of Gambians are just inherently biased. It be damning. Agenda is what you care about. You don't look. I don't mind anybody forming alliances. People have democratic right to form alliances. I'm not going to have a go at anybody for criticizing alliance. But you cannot criticize one alliance and then validate another alliance. On what grounds? Then that's been hypocritical.
And Saihou, it's not the first one. This was not the first one. And UDP was the start alliance. There was another alliance before UDP. But over there, Monday, I'm all about it.
No, but there's somebody to help me out here. What's the difference between the two alliances? Because PPP mo political party lati. But gana boba. PPP mo political party lati. UDP mo political party. Nyundol fa mo political party flow le together. So UDP take a problem. The fonga mo video de la PPP ngol has at the time. Ko munan ni UDP alliance kala. But wo mo killing wol tata kununga timeline they are celebrating. Come on, we have to be consistent. This country.
That's why Gambia suffer. Otherwise, PVP, all are no UDP led. NCP, all are no UDP led. GP, all are no UDP led. So that's why we need problem. No, the people kill UDP though. So what's wrong with that? Wale alliance of them. Maybe Malam Bekiri.
No, yalla apply Memekeri. There are some people they are just hell bent on having this antagonism towards UDP.
Yes.
And a level of antagonism towards UDP is making them completely blind to accepting and making objective opinions. Because when you are overly biased towards somebody,
you have malice. This is malice.
It makes you irrationality. It takes that away from you.
Yes.
You become completely irrational in your judgment.
Yes.
And when you become irrational, you lost the plot. Because for me, look, you cannot criticize one. Look, we all criticize Mama Kande for joining NPP, and that is valid because Mama Kande a telephone newu.
Yes.
And Mama Kande nyanta fatala le ka for oppositionally albala kudul tinyakang. This election is already decided. I think I was very aggrieved about those remarks. Allow kumwa indimile. Because Mama Kande, Italon Jumatika, in fact, Mama Kande is already saying that the election is already rigged. Because if Mama Kande is saying the election is already decided, what does Mama Kande know that Saihou and Ablai and anybody else doesn't know?
No, it's dreaming.
You cannot come out in public after election is already decided. Those anybody venturing into this election, he or she, they are just wasting their resources. Journalists all found that Mama Kande's statement of has put the credibility of the election at stake because that was very irresponsible. I'm sorry, is a very irresponsible statement. And these political leaders, they ought to be careful. You cannot talk so irresponsibly, you know.
That was the reason behind it. No,
in fact, that 105,000 I mentioned on Ablai was because of APRC.
Yes.
APRC iPhone be win.
Yes.
Him on his own at all votes of the Bolabate Nene camp, but I baro I don't like it. I enjoy.
This might be a blessing in disguise for the opposition.
Exactly, but can I to come out? Equivalent malo jarala, oppositional disrespect, oppositional oppositional can that can will motive allow la jam because ikafuko ha more make election like la kurule waste. Exactly, and in fact, if not even smarter, you cannot put out that statement in a country where people are expecting free and fair elections. Ikafu Baro has already won. He needs to withdraw that statement. Journalists all nyanda pin down the word. That statement is unwarranted. You need to be Tarek. Mama can nabita aita. You know, at that already, let him enjoy his millions that Barrow is going to give him. No.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to give him a strand. But I didn't know I'm below
Eba tonyera de butu ateta okany mafo malon fast tranta. There's one thing nte itola issue I don't want to comment on that much, but social media like double standards. That's what I have problem with because you welcome one two groups coming together, the other one you frown upon that woman hypocrisy, you know. You wanted to say something? For Buba Faname do Kudlale.
No, ila jeto ika damin ko lapta kana wolto da. Comme like nga kon na kumo kono le. Ika je hil kanyo ni salvete wala nang ko enko. Coalition min bekeri. Instead of coalition against NPP, is coalition against UDP. So yalo nka wala foyten ba ite ko ya afoyla kumo kono le kabri ila diamo ni woda mal be keri kana ni da ko fudo le be keri wala ya tin na ya jube UDP de coalition kono le dol ba try kam pour ka modol je duma ikaw na seku ajube coalition de nyam muna na civil society ti be wol fela da coalition kachadula mili yalon ko wala nyanda ka politician wol fon ta e kontibo But ni aje wol binanang, ikaw understand, ikaw found the sentence ya wola, decided they can have power to against UDP in that coalition. So when I think that, but say, pana ajude, if they come back a UDP come, coalition on the air, this Saturday, let me yandaga flag bearer from. Is that a coalition do for another law?
No, but yalo saying, ntol date jale kunda sonkoto. Yalo buba. Ntol date jale kunda sonkoto. Nte I don't give a hook or hack who they select.
He made a point.
No, nga memfoy. Ngale ko he made a point. Yeah, but until UDP, ntol date nying coalition. Ntol da bota jele. So because ibe koku kela, it has been exposed. In fact, interestingly, do you guys know that they have dropped this governance council thing? Because if I alone bring UDP exposed, now people know that the whole thing doesn't make sense. Now they have asset. How can you form a governing council that will override the power of the cabinet? On what grounds? On Constitution 97 Constitution. That's a dumb thing to bring to the coalition talk. It's completely idiotic. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I understand it. So, but now you drop it. And you know the thing is,
the deputy chairperson has resigned.
Who is Papa Fall? Somebody just wrote a breaking news. I don't know on YouTube. I cannot.
From the Papa Fall from the government.
Oh, somebody just, this is unconfirmed. Somebody, I'm just reading unconfirmed. Let not be text. Somebody just wrote in the comment section. Oh, Ako Papa Fall is coming to join UDP. Okay, all right.
Papa, you know Papa Fall?
Yeah, I know Papa Fall. But no, because it's not authenticated. That's why I don't want anybody to quote me on it. It's just somebody wrote in the comment section that so more can I say who I have for Papa is coming. I just go don't get recorded na like for Carlin for Carlin. So that's why I just want to. It's possible I get Tonyati and we welcome people to join us. But Ningambe election okadanyami, Ning coalition okadanyami. We might let me put something. We might even have four horse race apply. Do you know why? Yalong Kafalin 3 horse race. It looks like we might head to 4 horse race. Because I'm be killer. Yalong Esa Fall also has got some supporters who are hell bent that he shouldn't rally behind other people. I know they are trying to downplay this. Yeah. They are trying to downplay this, but we also have our intelligence, okay? So and it will be for them to have a united front, but already have their issues there. They might think that they might start accusing UDP of UDP is trying to bring whatever between this opposition.
Yeah, but for them and
but today I was listening to one SFL supporter online. The person is very unhappy. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. And they have got some hardline supporters of Sobea.
Why is he unhappy?
No, I be comparing this other opposition. They are trying to undermine. Allegedly, they are trying to undermine ESA. Okay. Yes. Allegedly, I don't know. This person.
Even that allegation against him. Some people are saying that it's from the other side.
That's the fact. Let me tell you
No, I had this Sobea supporter saying it online in one TikTok platform. So Malamfo, I don't know Malamfo Tonyalo. So what I know possibly we may have 4 horse race because if ESA decided to go solo, then we have the UDP-led alliance. Ntebe mean for ESA should come and join another UDP another. That should be the wisest decision for him.
But there is team Gambia also.
Yeah, Team Gambia, yes. Honorable Halifa Salana, Mul Wolf and Beron. What I'm going to go, Mulgameda called 3 horse race. It can be bigger than that. Yeah. I say, what I know what it is.
I think UDP they have to go and approach ISA. Yalong near ISA from Korosi, you can understand. Even Alamol, Katarela platform, Alamol Bay now, you can be like Diamoto. They are all mine.
Most of them, only few.
Most of them now, because of Nigeria, because of Nia Jude, Isa on the mind clearly. Again, registration or time. kabrin patili be kangel itata la isal munatin na sai ikaw na sale flag bearer penko nyin kata sile itata inilla min jeda boy inilla min jeda bola ni collaboration ni pour flag bearer la is a symbol so ko katali tambe wada malam po a jude la agreement no imam pen agree de ko talib ni la min jeda ba jabal bi flag bearer but ibe fan sembentu yakan ne ibe patile local coalition or yin kono ikaw na sam pour talib se ko that strategy la bi so is a betrayal because of momi yalonko kabri ite la kati marde jista abe koleari bulu itate ilata wo patila kam ikaw na sam ilata wo patila kam registration time o be ini wole fote so mune atin na sai nim pen ko sita ikaw na sam flag bearer pen ko sita imante ini wo patila do ko ko itara anoda sai
absolutely mariama wolu mo orion play mamu this journalist where they allegedly they said this leader talked about United Democratic Party leader and Esa Fall, saying Esa is temperamental and reckless. And then it was confirmed that he said it's exaggerated. Don't speak about them, but this was exaggerated. That's the audio here. So there are so many things going on. Yeah, need to be more undermined, and they unfortunately we all want something, but we are like, I mean, people see us together, but we all. So I tried to undermine saying it's kind. I mean, it's an allegation, but more about focus, you know. So
no, yalo, esa momalo esa vita directional menna because esa laning esa for the supporters all from they are. I think there are a lot of differences will be there. Some people, because today this particular surveyor person, woman happy with these people. I'm not happy to.
I'm not the only one today. There are many me and I'm happy about.
Well, hypothetically, ni Esa man join UDP led coalition or what Esa may go solo, yeah, and ni Esa that solo, and yeah, alamolia kaiko no Esa yo Gambian silent buga, Esa yo dengam support dengam nyulos buga Esa you are the best candidate. Then Esa lo affair. So we might have four presidential candidates in December. Don't rule it out. I was thinking it's going to be 3.
So, but majority will come to UD.
So Buba Esa will join UDP. Okay.
Isa, and even APRT. Ni UDP step into ini kachata attentively ikaw la tan idinala atenela
no not necessarily baby now but then
no it's practically impossible to be now yeah
no baby now but I'm not
ibe divide lale dolbe sonnale dolde sonna so
it's going to be like that
yeah but let's keep pushing right na jibe dal
the election year there are too many brown and black flying left and right and center. Yes,
Iba Tonya la de.
No,
But Abra, why are you surprised with his decision? I'm not surprised. Why are you surprised?
No, I'm not. Nobody. Some people are surprised, but one like me. I've been reading that writing since they all you did tell it to be serious. Now you depend on one last election Cabral against the party.
No, I'm going to surprise because look, and you see over this week I know some of our people were talking about this. They left to them alone, so we're not making news to be honest. Because I think it's to me I'm not discourse if you cannot
honestly I don't even watch it.
Yeah, Yalamana discourse la because people who have decided that they will not rally behind Baushenu, obviously they have a natural bond together. They will amalgamate. It's not rocket science because look, you have today apply if we are in the same big group. Dalko Buba will not rally behind Buba. So naturally, they will try to work together. So this is a given. So it's not news, and why should anybody even be bothered about it?
It's not only we have to genuinely work together, guys.
Yeah, whatever that's something else is, but the bigger thing is they have one thing in common. Like they don't
maybe that protest, couple of protests were already this thing this negotiation have begun.
Yeah, but what they will let them go and form their own coalition. But right now the purpose I'm analyzing here is I know they are trying so hard to bring ESA to their side. I'm privy to the information, but I'm not going to say that here. Okay, they are talking to ESA Fall. I know that information. Okay, they are talking to ESA Fall.
You know recently what happened.
Yeah.
You know recently what happened.
Yeah.
A supporter of ESA was told that you should be quiet because we are bankrolling your leader.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. But ESA should have to, at some point, ESA have own decision. So, for he either have to join or he goes his solo or he endorses UDP party led. I'm sure probably he will listen to his
One thing I know,
executive.
I know ESA have fans within the UDP because genuinely they like him.
Okay.
People there within UDP, me and Gonana, they will be happy. You know, they genuinely like him, really. But they know that when he goes solo, it's not going to be good for him.
Yeah, it's not advisable for ESA to go solo because
ESA now joined the UDP.
Yeah.
If this is election by win on the 5 December, that will go very good for him.
Yeah, And interesting times for ahead.
He make a better decision for him, for his political future, because this is about that.
But we also have Gambia for all. Gambia for all. Wolfanang, Malum for the coalition or Konoreba. Bibi Dabola Party, Gambia for all. Are they part of it?
I heard they are likely to align with UDP. The ones twice, I don't know.
But Elanying Modole BJ for Gajiko, Dr. Gajiko, he said Adela remarks all are not encouraging, isn't it? But obviously he's one person. He's got one vote in the executive. He cannot unilaterally decide for the executive.
Likely he's gonna align himself with him.
Yeah, so
I think Dr. Gajiko is
not very rigid.
It seems like Dr. Dr. Gajiko and then Martin, it's a the same mentality. They believe in UDP, but I think Hussein is their problem. That's the thing.
Okay.
For Martin, well, Gajiko, I'm not sure. Martin, well.
No, I am listening to Dr. Gajiko. Couldn't have careful. So, we got la mo ala bachele at the so he called him okay, so now I accept like, but mala sentiment. So I don't know why.
Yeah, the advisement to us in the UDP. Ningan na platform or mala. Aling a greater chunk of our time talk about Bausino's agenda, one-time policy. And we cannot be talking about agenda because but I think if you used 3/4 of your time talk about Useno's agenda, the fact that he's going to bring the constitution, I think you might end up getting a vote and convince a voter. Then you spend 3/4 mourning about the action of another party. Well, I'll like, help me out here.
You are right in that.
How does that give you a vote? How does that give you a vote? How does that convince you? Because, in fact, what people don't understand that I will share information is psychology, modern psychology, understand. Today, if I spend 3/4 of my program complain about somebody, you might even get them sympathy. That you might get somebody saying, oh, sympathy because of, oh, and that
was the game being played by IEC and these people at some point.
Exactly. So Yalon psychology is very, very important. Yeah, like for example, if today I go on my platform, Buba Mariama Nkafa, Saihou Mona na katu diam la buba la kolambo. Oh, ibajela buba might get sympathy. Hanata buba manta tonyaka. So yes, you can talk about somebody, but don't devote the whole program talking about. Exactly. Just giving a passing statement and talk about it, expose it, and then focus on your agenda. That's a more strategic approach.
Was it 3 days ago? Was it Friday or Saturday? That's a very good program that the children brought with In fact, I think one of the party leaders' daughter was there. The one who was in jail with him came in, and then there's another lady. I think she's live in UK. I don't know where. Yeah, that was a very good problem. They were just talking about the man who is leading the United Democratic Party.
Exactly.
His compassion.
Yeah.
His piousness. Is his habit. Adajiko anala community colonial. And that's what they were talking about. I mean, I kind of like that program.
Yeah.
Some of the.
No, yeah, everybody's got your style.
You have to do more of these programs so that people who doesn't.
More program or you can structure is different, but for me, I think I want to focus more about what is going to bring us votes because that's more important. It's obviously Dolby Jawakela minds make the Hanate Semo agenda level, Wolante la Kato Dile, all bias tale, also all the but
it's looking good for you, that Democratic.
Yeah. In fact, apply. By the way, sorry. Nyanta announcement of Dokela Nunjang. Ajaratu Janaba Mas. Maybe tomorrow I will talk about it. She's extending her gratitude to everybody. I've been moving Tentula for being last week. I'm Sangole Soto. The Badima Dole Bantajang in Bristol. I'm on Emanika for Kalaya. So I call Lord Mojamale Akumandi, Sangonyina. So I call Nafali Albia Barakameli Duatai, another bad daily bentana. So mixture of grief and happiness. Well, like that, a bad day last week, then the next day she got bereaved. Yeah, so I can't albeit and but somehow I will repeat it here because being an interviewer is all I'm at the beginning. So thank you to everybody. Yeah. Maybe I play Balon Nalde. She's from about Navasila, maybe Balon Nalde. Bristol. Yeah. I think it's Naba. I think it's Naba. The late Naba Sila. I think.
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Yeah. Therefore, later on, I realized I'm related to her. Gambia is one more Sudiara Nyola Bakel.
Yeah, it's so close.
Yeah. Keba kinde ati me bade vestino la ko de abla ati ko suto ke no de.
Ala holiday bundle sir, but then
ala holiday bundle no flyo bundle.
Yesterday we were live. Sane Balaman came around 3
o'clock in the morning.
I'm telling you, Sane Balaman 4.
Albert Jumala live to know.
I'm going to 3. I'm waiting for Saturday. After Saturday, I'm going to bed after 6.
So Albert Jumala live. Oh, Albert 3 a.m. at night.
4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, I've lied all the energies at all.
Yeah, we were talking about even Bumper came there, but he wasn't happy about what I was saying.
Oh, Bumper, maybe tomorrow we'll talk about this no total term limit. Yeah, let's press conference on the other day. Did you watch it?
No. I'm not a big fan to know that. Me, I'm thinking about the election.
Oh, okay. Musul Ba, I think she made a powerful statement, all on press conference. Yeah, man of yeah, in press conference, but see, that woman she's very, 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 very up. She was very upfront, with that. Yeah.
But say could be Gambia talent ye interview on the street interview also. Say could yin lamoy bang. Gambia no minde yamo ka. Gola nang ko ko. UDP lam.
It be for play a call so.
Maybe I call it. Say about the same point you're coming for it. Hello.
Okay. Sorry, Buba. Now stop for Sama Yamai. Abarka Bake, thank you. I gotta stop the program here now. Thank you.
Sekou, I know before you stop, we've talked about interviewing you. Do you think you can do it this weekend?
Yeah, I'll get to you tomorrow. I'll check. Yeah. I'll inbox you. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Buba, thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Buba Mariam Abaraka.
Okay, Allah Baraka. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Allah Baraka Bake Badimolu. Thank you. Thank you.
Sabe, acabo com a minha